Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A funny Thursday with some sadness involved as well, as today we'll hear the final Jack Benny program from 70 years ago, May 22nd, 1955. I'll tell you also a little bit of the story of it. And then we'll have some shows from 1949 on this date, 76 years ago. Lucille Ball in the Screen Directors Playhouse production of Her Husband's Affair. We will have the Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis show from 1949, the Fred Allen show from 1949, and we'll wrap it all up with the 1942 rendition of Lum and Abner. That's all straight ahead on this Sure Happy It's Thursday, 22nd day of May, 142nd day of the year, 223 days left in 2025. The first life insurance policy in the U.S. issued in Philadelphia on this date in 1761. Abraham Lincoln received patent number 6469 for his floating dry dock in 1849. 1927, an earthquake near Jining, China, measured 8.3 on the Richter scale, and it claimed almost 200,000 victims. In 1947, Harry Truman's doctrine brought aid to Greece and Turkey to combat the spread of communism.
I therefore ask the Congress to provide authority for assistance to Greece and Turkey in the amount of $400 million for the period ending June 30th, 1948. The seeds of totalitarian regimes are nurtured by misery and want. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife. They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has died. We must keep that hope alive. The free peoples of the world look to us for support in maintaining their freedoms. If we falter in our leadership, we may endanger the peace of the world, and we shall surely endanger the welfare of this nation.
Congress approved that $400 million to aid Greece and Turkey. Increased American aid helped defeat the Greek Communist Party after interim defeats for government forces from 1946 to 1948. And by the way, that $400 million in 2025, that's $5.7 billion today. 1964, President Johnson announced the goals of his Great Society social reforms to bring an end to poverty and racial injustice in America.
We have the opportunity to move not only toward the rich society and the powerful society, but upward to the Great Society. The Great Society rests on abundance and liberty for all. It demands an end to poverty and racial injustice, to which we're totally committed in our time.
Johnson would win a decisive victory over his arch-conservative Republican opponent Barry Goldwater of Arizona. American liberalism at a high tide under President Johnson. In 1972, on this date, Richard Nixon arrived in Moscow, becoming the first sitting president to visit the Soviet Union. In 1972, Ceylon became Sri Lanka. And on this date in 1977, Janet Guthrie became the first woman to qualify for the Indianapolis 500.
I'd like to thank my folks for bringing me up, not to think that women can't do this and that because they're women. I'd like to thank all the many, many good people who have given me so much help all these years, because no racing driver ever does it alone.
Guthrie's average speed of 188.403 miles an hour qualified her, but due to engine problems, she would finish the race in 29th position. The next year, she would finish 9th. Guthrie also competed in NASCAR, finishing 15th in the 1975 World 600, what's now the Coca-Cola 600, and 12th in the 1977 Daytona 500 when her car blew 2 cylinders with 10 laps to go. In 1980, President Carter visited the area of Mount St. Helens volcanic eruption and was, as many other people had been, stunned by the devastation.
I've never seen or heard of anything like this before. Somebody said it looked like a moonscape, but the moon looks like a golf course compared to what's up there. And it is a horrible looking sight. The mountains are just completely devastated. You can't see where the ground even was formerly.
Approximately 57 people killed directly, including innkeeper Harry R. Truman, no relation to Harry S. Truman. Photographer Reed Blackburn and geologist David A. Johnson also killed. Hundreds of square miles reduced to wasteland, causing over $1 billion in damage, almost $4 billion today. Thousands of game animals killed, and Mount St. Helens left with a crater on its north side. It was on this date in 1992, Johnny Carson hosted the last episode of his Tonight Show.
It has been an honor and a privilege to come into your homes all these years and entertain you. And I hope when I find something that I want to do and I think you will like and come back, that you'll be as gracious inviting me into your home as you have been. I bid you a very heartfelt good night.
In 2002, The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson ranked number 12 on TV Guide's 50th greatest TV shows of all time. In 2013, it was ranked 22nd on their list of the 60 best series. And you know, even to this day, the respect of Carson, he has a 24-hour channel on Roku and on Pluto and on Sling Freestream and on a bunch of services. Any time of the day or night, you can turn on and watch an episode of Johnny Carson. In 2002, a jury in Birmingham, Alabama convicted former Ku Klux Klan member Bobby Frank Cherry of the 1963 murder of 4 girls in the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing. 2003, the UN Security Council announced a resolution lifting the economic sanctions against Iraq and supporting the U.S.-led administration in Iraq. 2004, Hallam, Nebraska, wiped out by a powerful F4 tornado that broke a width record at an astounding 2.5 miles wide. It also killed 1 local resident. 7 years later, 2011, an EF5 tornado struck Joplin, Missouri, killing 158 people, $2.8 billion in damages. This man was a survivor.
1 minute it was just barely sprinkling, and next minute, boy, just the whole world just upside down.
That tornado, the costliest and 7th deadliest single tornado in U.S. history. That $2.8 billion in damages, almost $4 billion today. 22 people killed on this date in 2017 at an Ariana Grande concert in the 2017 Manchester Arena bombing. This woman survived.
People shrieking, running, screaming, jumping over balconies.
A sad instance on this date in 2017. On that same date, President Trump visited the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, became the first sitting president to visit the Western Wall. Among those passing on this date in history, Joan Davis. She died of a heart attack at the age of 53. Her passing and the issues surrounding the family delayed I Married Joan from entering syndication. Its popularity in syndication was greater than it was in first run. Jim Backus portraying the husband in I Married Joan. Joan Davis passing away on this date in 1961. Also, you heard him a couple of weeks ago here, Martin Gable, the husband of Arlene Francis and a wonderful actor in Thief, Marnie, on a note of triumph, our VE Day celebration. He was 63 years old. Rocky Graziano, the boxer, passed away on this date at 71. And the man, the wonderful, great voice, the voice of Tony the Tiger, your mean one, Mr. Grinch, Thurl Ravenscroft, passing away on this date in 2005 at 91 years of age. Oh my goodness, we have to recognize this is the birthday of the late, great Johnny Olson.
Come on down! You are the first 4 contestants on
Price is Right. And now, here's the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker.
Johnny Olson was the announcer for so many shows. He also did the warm-up. And if you haven't seen it, I would solemnly recommend for you to go to YouTube and type in Johnny Olson, What's My Line? Johnny Olson was a mystery guest, and nobody on the panel got him. And if you watch it, you'll understand why. Because he was a wonderful voice artist. Did all these different voices. Johnny Olson, born on this date back in 1910, of the Ritz, Harry Ritz of the Ritz Brothers. You saw them in Silent Movie, the wonderful Mel Brooks motion picture. The wonderful Sir Laurence Olivier, born on this date. Rebecca Hamlet, the jazz singer. Also, TV producer Quinn Martin. He went for years and always had a show on network television for years and years and years. The oil magnate T. Boone Pickens. Kenny Ball, Midnight in Moscow. Wonderful musician, wonderful band leader. The actress in Praise of Older Women in Manitou, Susan Strasberg. Born on this date in history. Actor Michael Saracen, born on this date as well. The TV Guide movie critic, Judith Crist, born on this date. While he was probably, to folks of my generation, known best for his role in Room 222 and Don't Drink the Water, later generations probably remember him for his role in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Michael Constantine, born on this date. The great conductor, pianist Peter Nero, born on this date, and the retired news correspondent for CNN and CBS, Bernard Shaw, all celebrating birthdays on this date in history.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
I had forgotten how wonderful Richard Benjamin was. I mentioned earlier the Johnny Carson channel. One morning I was flipping through it. I always try to catch the monologues to get my spirits up good in the morning. And Richard Benjamin was on. He was in Goodbye Columbus. He did a great TV show that was short run, he and she, with his wife Paula Prentice. They are still married after, I think it's more than 40 years. Richard Benjamin, 87 years old today. The lyricist who worked with Elton John so much, Bernie Taupin, 75 today. The rocker Morrissey is 66 today. Model cool as ice, Naomi Campbell, 55. The daughter of Clint Eastwood, Allison Eastwood, for the motion picture Tightrope. Allison Eastwood, 53 today. She was Snow White in ABC's Once Upon a Time. Jennifer Goodwin is 47 today.
You taught me how to have faith. You are the one who taught me that hope is a choice.
From Once Upon a Time, Jennifer Goodwin is 47 today. This is a wonderful actress. She was in Nikita, she was in Divergent, and she was in Designated Survivor. The wonderful Maggie Q is 46 today, and you knew him in WWE as Daniel Bryan, but everywhere else he was Bryan Danielson, partly retired. He's basically, right now he's trying to heal up because he took way too many injuries in AEW. Bryan Danielson, 44 years old today, but a brilliant mind for professional wrestling. Those are just a few of the people celebrating the 22nd day of May as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I'm not even half done talking today, but we're going to get to a wonderful show here. The very final Jack Benny show, weekly radio show on radio. There was another show that was done for a Christmas special. We'll talk about that maybe another time. But what you're going to hear right now is the final regular weekly Jack Benny show. 70 years ago today, May 22nd, 1955, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Daily, the broadcasts of Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia strike through the Iron Curtain, bringing the truth about the free world to the captive peoples behind it. Help send a message by giving to the 1952 Crusade for Freedom.
So, it was 70 years ago today, the final episode of the Jack Benny radio show aired. And it was all on all the way through it. And you'll hear them referring to our last show of the season. And that's, that's it. Now, I'm going to tell you in a little bit, and when we finish up here, why it was never acknowledged on air that it was the last show of the current series, period. And we'll tell you about that. But first, I want to tell you that the show, as it should have for the last show of the series, focused on the wonderful characterizations of Mel Blanc as the sound man. Let's listen to Trouble with Twombly, the sound effects man, as it was originally broadcast 70 years ago today, May 22nd, 1955.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that tastes better.
Light up a lucky.
It's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky.
It's light up time for the taste that you like. Light up a Lucky Strike.
Relax. It's light up time.
This is Don Wilson, friends, and I certainly agree. There's no time like right now to light up a Lucky and find out firsthand what real deep-down smoking enjoyment is. I mean the enjoyment that comes from better taste, because a Lucky tastes better every time. And the reasons why are world famous. First of all, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So fine, so light, so mild, it just naturally tastes better. And then something very important happens to Lucky's fine tobacco. It's toasted. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that brings Lucky's naturally good-tasting tobacco to its peak of flavor, tones it up to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So right now, while the show gets underway, or whenever it's light-up time for you, be happy. Go Lucky. Enjoy Lucky Strike, the best-tasting cigarette you ever smoked.
For the taste that you like, light up a Lucky Strike.
Right now.
Light up a Lucky.
It's light up time.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the last Jack Benny show of the month. It's also the last program of the current series, and as a matter of fact, it's the last show of the season. So now I bring you a man I thought wouldn't last, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, I know that you're trying to be clever on the final show, but how could you possibly have thought that I wouldn't last? After all, a man my age is just in the prime of life.
I guess you're right, Jack. They've been priming you for 20 years.
Don, George Global. CinemaScope stomach. Now, Don, control yourself. But, you know, you may be right. After all, nobody can last forever.
You're sure working on it, Bub.
Well, I see we have another candidate for the unemployment insurance. You better watch it, sister.
Jack's right, Mary. He deserves a little more respect from us. After all, he's one of the pioneers in the broadcasting business.
You're darn right. Why, when I did my first program, there were hardly any radios in the country.
And darn few people.
Darn few people. Plenty of people when I started.
They may have had feathers in their hair, but they were people.
Mary, if I were Jackie Gleason, you know what I'd say? One of these days, pow, back to the May Company.
If you were Jackie Gleason, I wouldn't have to go back.
All right.
Oh, Jack, why are you so touchy? Can't you take a joke?
Certainly I can take a joke, but here we're doing our last program of the season, and everyone comes in and insults me.
I didn't insult you, Mr. Benny.
Huh? Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, sir.
Well, you see, Mary, Don, Dennis knows how to treat me with respect.
Certainly. I feel that when a man keeps you working all these years, he deserves respect.
Well, naturally.
A man doesn't get to be the star of a radio and television program unless he has ability and talent.
Thank you, Dennis.
No star can keep a loyal following of fans loving him through all the years unless he's an outstanding personality.
Well...
Can I go now, Mr. Benny?
Why?
I can't keep reading this stuff. It's making me sick.
Why did I have to let him go on? Why didn't I stop him when I was ahead? I should have stopped him earlier, like in 1946. Oh, well, it's the last show of the season. I won't be seeing him for quite a while.
Oh, say, that reminds me, Dennis. What are you going to do this summer?
Well, Don, I'm going to visit my uncle in Las Vegas.
I didn't know you had an uncle in Las Vegas, Dennis.
Yes, he's married and has a lovely wife and 3 slot machines.
Gee, Dennis, I envy you going to Las Vegas. I'd like to go there, but it's so expensive.
What do you mean expensive? Last time I was there, I got a room for $2 a day.
$2? Must have been an awfully small room.
Well, yes, it wasn't too large. As a matter of fact, it didn't even have a bath.
Jack, do you mean to say that you stayed at a place without a bath?
I didn't need one, Don. They cleaned me before I got to my room. Hey, say, that's a funny joke.
It may have feathers on it, but it's a joke.
Anyway, I'm going back to Las Vegas this summer and stay at the Flamingo Hotel.
Say, Mary, what are you going to do this summer when we're off the air?
Well, I think I'll just stay around the house, spend all of my time in the backyard and my garden.
Well, that should be nice. Here in California, you can grow some wonderful flowers.
I'm going to grow vegetables. I got to eat.
Say, Mary, that's smart, growing your own vegetables. Where'd you get the idea?
From the present Jack gave me last Christmas.
What'd he give you, Mary?
100 pounds of Vigoro. Gift wrap yet.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. I think you're going just a little too far.
That's right, Mary. How can you say such things about a man who is so nice, so generous, so nice, so generous, so nice, so generous, so nice?
Dennis, turn the page already. For heaven's sakes. Anyway, Dennis, time for you to do your song. And since this is the season's final show...
Jack, I think the sound man is trying to get your attention.
Oh, yes, he is. What is it, Twomley?
Well, this is the last show of the season, and all my relatives is listening in.
Well, that's nice.
No, it ain't. All they're hearing is people talking. They want to hear sound effects.
Look, Twombly.
A guy imposes on all his friends and relatives and gets them to listen to this program, and what do you hear? Yakety, 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 yakety.
Look.
You may not know it, but in Canoga Park, I'm a big man.
For heaven's sake, Twombly, there are sound effects at the end of the show.
Yeah, but all you got is ordinary ones, like a knock on the door, a telephone rings. I want something complicated that'll let me show my artistry.
But look...
I like them dramatic shows. Can't you do a show like a Tale of Two Cities? Tis a far, far better thing I do than I have ever did before. Goodbye. That's the guillotine.
Look, Look, Twombly, we're doing a radio show, and you'll come in with your sound effects only when you hear your cue. So just keep quiet and listen.
Yes, sir.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes, come on, Dennis. Let's hear your song.
Lady of Spain, I adore you. Right from the night I first saw you, my heart has been yearning for you. What else could any heart do? Lady of Spain, I'm appealing. Why should my lips be concealing all that my eyes are revealing? Lady of Spain, I love you. My heart has been yearning for you. What else could any heart do? Lady of Spain, I'm appealing. Why should my lips be concealing all that my eyes are revealing? Lady of Spain, I love you.
That was very good, Dennis. Oh, say, Malin Merrick.
Yes, Jack?
That was really a wonderful arrangement the orchestra had for Dennis's number.
Thanks.
I also want to thank you for the discipline you brought to the band. I've noticed during the last few weeks, right up to tonight's final program, the boys have been behaving much better. And they all... What was that?
Remley fell off his stool.
Couldn't quite make it to the end of the season. Well, isn't anybody going to pick him up?
No, Jack. We usually let him lie there during the summer. The rest does him good.
Well, okay, let him stay there, but I want him up when we go back on the air next fall, you see. And Malin, rub a little cheese on his face so the mice will keep him shaved. Imagine Remley falling off his stool like that.
To the rest of the world, it might have been Remley who fell, but in Canoga Park, they know it was me.
Not from that reading, they didn't. Now, look, Quamley, this is your last warning. I don't want any more talk from you. You're a sound man, so all we want out of you are sound effects when we give you the cue.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Malin, what are the other boys in the band going to do this summer? Huh?
Well, most of them are taking summer jobs, all except Bagby. He's going on a pleasure cruise to Hawaii.
Oh, Charlie's going to take an expensive vacation like that. Isn't he going to work at all?
What does he have to work for? He hasn't even spent half the money he got from that Brinks job in Boston.
Malin, how can you say a thing like that about Bagby on the air, even in jest? Now the police will come and get him. Twombly, stop that! And what are you bowing for?
Right now they're applauding in Canoga Park.
Look, I don't want any more of your silly talk and sound effects. You just give us the sound effects on the right cue, and that's all.
Yes, sir.
Say, Jack.
Yes, Malin.
Since this is our last program, the boys in the band chipped in and bought you a little gift, and they selected Sammy the drummer to make the presentation. Come over here, Sammy.
Okay, Melon. Mr. Benny, on behalf of all the boys in the band, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this token of our esteem.
Well, thanks, Sammy. Thanks a lot, fellas. Let me see what it is. Oh, isn't that nice? It has my initials on it, too.
Yeah.
Just what I've always wanted. A monogrammed ice cube. Gee, thanks, fellas. And remember, at the start of next season, don't call me. I'll call you. Just wait. I think we better get on with the program. I want to leave early so I can get a quick start. Who can that be? Come in.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Why, Mr. Kitzel.
Mr. Benny, pardon my intrusion, but I just dropped in to say goodbye.
Well, that was very nice. And wait a minute. How'd you know I was going away?
Of this I was ignorant, but I know I'm going away.
Oh, really? Where?
I'm going to Europe to visit my relations.
Oh, that's wonderful. What country do they live in?
Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Gosh, Mr. Kitzel, I never knew you were of Irish descent.
Just on my mother's side. Full-blooded, I'm not.
Oh, I see.
And then from there, I'm going for a full week to Paris.
Paris?
This is in France.
I know. Tell me, Mr. Kitzel, while you're there, you're going to see some of those Paris nightclub shows?
Ooh. I'm planning to go every single night.
Every night, but the whole show is in French. You won't understand a thing.
Mr. Benny, I'm going for looking, not listening. You know, this I understand in any language.
I know. Yes, I know.
And then while I'm over there, and since it'll be summer, I think I'll swim the English Channel.
Swim the English Channel?
That's right.
But, Mr. Kitzel, you can't try a swim like that on the spur of the moment. You gotta train and train and train.
Now living on track 5 for Anaheim, Wasosa, and Cook.
Now, Twombly, cut that out.
Amonga.
Now, look, that's the last straw. Another interruption like that, and I'll have you fired. And I don't care how strong your union is. I'm sorry I lost my temper, Mr. Kitzel, but this has been going on all day.
Oh, that's all right. I was just leaving anyway.
Oh, well, goodbye and bon voyage.
Thank you. Mickey McGuire was a man of fire, and he came from County Cork.
Now, kids. No use writing anything. They read anything they want. Now, kids, as I was telling you, I want to get an early start on my vacation trip, so I'm going to call...
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Oh, what is it, Don?
Well, before you leave, I want you to hear the commercial the sportsman and I have prepared for the last show.
Is it a good one, Don?
Yes, it's the boys' farewell to you because they're going to Europe.
Oh, to Europe, like Mr. Kitzel. All right, fellas, let's hear the song.
Bye-bye, Benny. We'll miss you, Mr. Benny. Dry that tear from your eye. When we're in London, we'll try not to walk in the fog. It's almost as bad as our own L.A. smog. Bye-bye, Benny. Thanks for the new halfpenny we have borrowed to spare. We'll buy some crumpets and tea, if the crumpets are for free, but somehow, Benny, we'll get by. We've got Luckies, those better tasting Luckies, and enough for our friends. We'll tell them Luckies are round and so firm and fully packed. A lucky is made of that fine light tobacco.
Oh, I say, old chappie, you'd make me bloomin' happy if you'd spare a lucky strike, eh, what?
And every Frenchman would love to have a carton of those better tasting Lucky Strikes. Vive la Lucky!
You can travel in style. A Lucky keeps you smiling. It's the toasted cigarette.
That's right, Governor.
Light a Lucky. It's light up time.
Don, I must compliment you and the boys on that commercial. It was really swell.
Well, thanks very much, Jack. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, but don't you think it would have been even better if I had accompanied the boys on my violin?
No.
Don, why not?
Well, Jack, I don't like you playing your violin during the commercial because we sell cigarettes.
What's that got to do with it?
People can't smoke when they're holding their noses.
Well, another witticism from my chubby little chum. I suppose you thought that was funny, too, eh, Don?
Yes, I did, Jack.
Well, Don, at this point, I think it's only fair to remind you of that old Chinese proverb, which goes, and I quote, "When employee make joke about employer, then E soon find out that fire him." So watch it, kiddo. Dennis, what are you laughing at?
I just got it. People can't smoke when they're holding their noses.
Dennis, you're an idiot.
Only on my father's side. Full-blooded, I'm not.
All right. Now, everybody keep quiet. I want to call up and have my car sent around to the front of the studio so I can get right home.
Say, Mabel, what is it, Gertrude? Mr. Benny's line is flashing. Yes, Mr. Benny. Yeah, I'll tell him. Goodbye. So what does he want? He wants I should call the parking lot to let them know he's leaving soon so they can get his car ready. Well, ain't he an eager beaver? What's he in such a hurry about to get his car? He always does that. It takes 15 minutes to get the boiler hot. You know, Gertrude, I don't understand him. He's such a big star. Why does he drive around in such an old jalopy? Well, that's because he's so sentimental. Oh, he loves the car? And I loves money. I know that, but I can't understand why he keeps saving all the time. Hasn't he heard that famous expression, you can't take it with you? He's heard it all right. But he thinks he's worked out a system to get around it. Well, how? He had a tailor sew pockets in his skin. Well, you know, everybody can kid Jack about being cheap, but I happen to know he has a generous side, too. What makes you say that? Well, the other night we were having dinner at the Sportsman's Lodge, and you know how most people only leave 10% of the bill for a tip? Uh-huh. Well, Jack insisted I leave 15. Oh, how nice. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Betty. The line to the parking lot is busy. I'll keep trying and tell him you want the car. It'll be ready by the time you arrive.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gertrude. Well, kids, the program is nearly over. And it looks like we've come to the end of another season. At a time like this... Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
What is it, Rochester?
Nothing important. I just want you to know that I've got all your things packed and ready for your trip.
Good. You put in all that stuff in my medicine chest?
Yes, sir. I packed your nerve tonic, stomach tonic,
liver tonic, blood tonic, and tonic tonic.
Tonic? What have I got that for?
In case any of the other tonics feel run down, that's what they take.
Well, Rochester, did you pack my new gray suit?
No, sir, it's dirty. I'm going to send it to the cleaners.
But I want to wear it tomorrow in Las Vegas.
But, boss, that gray suit doesn't give enough contrast with your golden curly locks.
But, Rochester, what can I do? I don't have any other new suit.
I know, but you got other locks.
Well, all right.
Now tell me, Mr. Benny, do you want me to pack your brown spiked shoes or your two-tone spiked shoes?
I don't want any spiked shoes. I'm not going to play golf in Las Vegas.
I know, but if you win something, you'll want to get out fast.
Gee, I didn't think of that. Pack the brown one.
Yes, sir. And, Mr. Benny, I think you ought to get some new luggage. This bag you got here is old and it looks awful.
Rochester, I'll have you know that bag is genuine cowhide.
Oh, boss, this is cowhide?
Well, only on its mother's side. Full-blooded, it's not. Now, Rochester, I hope you memorized that nightclub act I taught you. As your agent, I've arranged for an audition for you at the Flamingo, and I think I can get you booked in there.
I know, and I appreciate it. Only,
Only what?
well, I read that contract I've got with you.
What about it?
Ain't I supposed to get the 90%?
Rochester, I'm putting the rest of that money away for you to use as a nest egg.
Well, push the hen off. I'm hungry.
Stop worrying about it. You'll get everything that's coming to you. Now, I'll be back as soon as the program's over, and we'll leave right after dinner.
Okay. Goodbye.
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 For heaven's sakes, Twombly, hang up the phone.
You told me you didn't want no more sound effects.
Of all the silly, go ahead and play, Malin.
Jack will be back in just a minute, but right now, here's a suggestion for you.
Light up a lucky.
It's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky.
It's light up time for the taste that you like. Light up a Lucky Strike.
Relax. It's light up time.
That's a grand idea for a pleasant Sunday evening at home, or any time at all when you want to enjoy a really great cigarette. Just lean back and light up a Lucky. Because every Lucky you light is sure to give you better taste. And here's why. First, Luckies are made of fine tobacco. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Light, mild, naturally good-tasting tobacco. And then that tobacco is toasted. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that tones up Lucky's fine tobacco, brings it to its peak of flavor, makes it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So right now, friends, or any time at all when it's light up time for you, make it a Lucky, the best-tasting cigarette you ever smoked.
Light up a lucky.
It's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky.
It's light up time for the taste that you like. Light up a Lucky Strike.
Right now.
Light up a Lucky.
It's light up time.
Ladies and gentlemen, although this is called the Jack Benny program, I'd like to say that its success is due to the competent people I have working with me. My wonderful cast, the great supporting players I have, my producer, my engineer, my sound man, my capable writers, my fine musicians.
How can you read that stuff? Doesn't it make you sick?
Good night, folks. See you in the fall.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers, here's the true tobacco taste you've been looking for. Filter Tip Tarleton gives you all the full, rich flavor of Tarleton's famous quality tobacco, and real filtration, too. Filter Tip Tarleton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration and used far and wide to purify the air we breathe, the water and beverages we drink. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tarleton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Now, here's a little of what was going on around this being the final Jack Benny show, period. And this is stuff that we have found through extensive research of some of our great old-time radio friends. The New York Times, Jack didn't know. He thought there was going to be another season. Val Adams at the New York Times wrote the American Tobacco Company will drop the comedian's radio show and continue his television programs next fall. They've been, on for 11 years. The company's option renewed. CBS still had another year to run the radio show and gave an option to another advertiser. And whatever the outcome, CBS said they would continue running the Benny show in 1955-56. And he said that the radio show would be a few new shows and repeats, and they would be selected from recordings of his broadcasts over the years. He said out of 39 shows this season, 26 will be new, 13 repeats of former broadcasts. Well, no sooner did that last broadcast end, Jack's plans for TV for the fall came about. He would be on every other week on television. He would host 6 Showers of Stars broadcast and star in a play in one of them. And finally, it was announced in August the show was done. An Associated Press article, August 20th, 1955, said after 23 and a half years on the air, comedian Jack Benny quitting the weekly grind of live radio to concentrate on television. There's a possibility, he said, that the best of his old shows will be repeated on the air by recording this fall. He said it's a question of CBS reaching agreement with a sponsor on price. Now, the best of Benny didn't start in the fall of 1955. What they did is Larry LeSueur did a 5-minute newscast, followed by 55 minutes of Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snerd, and, of course, Edgar Bergen under the title of The Edgar Bergen Show. And it just sort of ended. Best of Benny did air after Bergen's show ended at the end of the 55-56 season, as back at 7 o'clock, sponsored by State Farm Insurance. And it lasted through 1958, was replaced by Frontier Gentlemen. And I've got to tell you that it seems to have, just the way it ended was very, very sad. It should have been given a bigger send-off, and it wasn't. But then that shows you how CBS really had stopped caring about radio, and radio, the radio that we've talked about, classic radio. Music and news was where CBS went. And then by 1962, when we saw the last of Suspense and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, it was just news. That's all they cared about. And features, so that was that. The final Jack Benny program from 70 years ago today, May 22nd, 1955, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. A trio of shows from Sunday, May 22nd, 1949, will be next.
Do you know how old the school building in your community is? If it's over 25 years old, the chances are that it's woefully inadequate. Join with the groups in your community working for better school conditions. Remember, better schools build a stronger America.
Now let's get to some humor here. We've got to the funny Jack Benny show and the sad news of why the show ended. Now let's get to something funny. Screen Directors Playhouse production of Her Husband's Affair starring Lucille Ball, going back 76 years, May 22nd, 1949.
From Hollywood, the NBC Theater presents...
Screen Directors Assignment, production Her Husband's Affairs, director S. Sylvan Simon, star Lucille Ball.
The Hollywood Screen Directors present Something to Laugh About, the Columbia Pictures comedy Her Husband's Affairs, starring Lucille Ball and introducing the director of the film, S. Sylvan Simon. One of the most valuable tools in the art of comedy direction is an educated laugh. The scene the director thinks is funny is the scene that finally appears on the screen. Tonight, our guest screen director is a man whose laughter has the very best references. He employed it well and often to bring you such grand entertainment as Ria Rita, Whistling in the Dark, The Fuller Brush Man, and tonight's story, Her Husband's Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. S. Sylvan Simon.
Thank you. After that introduction, I can see a new nickname coming up, Laughing Boy Simon. Actually, even a screen director doesn't go around laughing at thin air, except maybe the night before his picture is previewed. Nobody minds then, because it might be his last laugh in a long while. But most of the time, you have to have something to laugh at. For me, Her Husband's Affairs was a lot of fun. I hope you'll enjoy it, too, as you hear it tonight for the first time on the air, starring Lucille Ball in her original role of Margaret with Elliot Lewis as Bill.
Bill, the alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off the alarm.
Yeah. Time to get up. Time to sell hats for the good old Cruikshank Advertising Agency.
Cruikshank.
Bald-headed old booby.
Egghead. I'm glad I don't work for him anymore. I'm glad I married you.
Bill Weldon, the working girl's refuge.
You're a genius, and I love you.
Cruikshank doesn't. I think he hates me.
Why?
Because you married me and left the agency.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's what I keep telling him. You know, Margaret, even though you practically ran old Egghead's business, you're not so bright.
Of course not, dear.
I'm just as good an advertising man as you are.
Better.
As a matter of fact, Margaret, I hate to say this, but when we worked together, you used to drive me nuts.
Bill.
Yeah, that's true. Always coming up with bright ideas and cramping my style.
Well, I hate to say this, dear, but I'm not cramping your style anymore, and look at us. We've been married a year, and we still haven't even enough money to go on a honeymoon.
No, we'll take that cruise to Bermuda when our investment pays off.
Some investment, spending all our money on that goony Professor Glinka and his crazy experiments.
He isn't either crazy.
He is, too.
Professor Glinka happens to be my partner, and I'm proud to have him use our garage for his experiments. Even if the insurance company did cancel the policy.
But he's crazy.
What's crazy about trying to make rubber out of banana peels? Margaret, what you don't seem to understand is that the professor is going to make us fabulously wealthy.
I don't want to be fabulously wealthy. All I want is a honeymoon.
I'm sorry, we haven't got any money.
But we can get some. Cruikshank promised you a $5,000 bonus if you can think up an idea to sell more Top L lightweight hats.
I'm working on it.
I'll help you.
Margaret, stop meddling. I don't need any help.
You're a good slogan writer, Bill. Got any slogans?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Tell me.
Here's one. If you can't wear a feather in your cap, wear one on your head.
Too pessimistic.
Please, honey, I don't want your creative ideas. Just agree with me.
I was only trying to help you, dear.
I know you are, dear. You have the finest, noblest character since Little Orphan Annie. But stop using it on me.
All right, all right.
All right. As it happens, I'm not fussy about that slogan myself. Here is the clincher. Short, dignified. Now listen.
I'm listening.
You never know you're wearing one, but other people do. Well?
It's perfect. That's our slogan.
My slogan.
Your slogan, dear, and it's worth $5,000.
Well, that's a good day's work. Let's go back to sleep.
Oh, no. We're going right downtown and sell it to Cruikshank, and then we're off to Bermuda.
You never know you're wearing one, but other people do.
That's it, boss.
Isn't it wonderful?
You did a fine job, Margaret. Grand. Splendid.
Oh, it's Bill's slogan. He wrote it.
Oh, if he wrote it, I don't like it.
What's wrong with it?
Mr. Cruikshank, this isn't just a slogan. It's a campaign, a stroke of genius.
Oh, do you really think so, Margaret?
I know so. Now take it from me, Mr. Cruikshank.
Well, Margaret, you haven't been wrong yet. If you say so, I'll use it.
Yeah, well, how about the $5,000?
I'll make out the check right away. Mm-hmm. Now, tell the truth, Bill. Did you write that slogan yourself?
Of course he did, Mr. Cruikshank. It was all Bill's idea.
Well, here's the check. Gives me great pleasure to present it to you.
Thanks, boss. And
there you are, Margaret.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Cruikshank, I also thank you on behalf of my brilliant wife.
Come on, Bill.
Run along, Margaret. Enjoy the money. You earned it.
Bill, we're going. At last, we're going to Bermuda.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, darling, you're not angry, are you?
Who, me? Angry? Of course not. Why should I be angry just because Cruikshank paid you $5,000 for my idea?
But, Bill...
My dear Margaret, you're not married to an ungrateful cad. You were superb. I enjoyed your entire performance from my little dunce seat in the corner.
You are so...
A complex. That's what's wrong with you. A U.S. Marines complex, always coming to the rescue.
Bill, you don't love me anymore.
Of course I love you. But why can't you let your husband handle his own affairs?
Oh, darling, I'm just an idiot.
Now, that's the way I like to hear you talk.
And I won't interfere anymore. I love you. I love you. I love you. Kiss me.
All right.
Mr. Weldon. Mrs. Weldon.
Oh, it's Professor Glinka. Hiya, Professor. What are you doing here?
I had to see you. An emergency.
No more money.
But he hasn't even...
We're sorry, Professor, but we're going to Bermuda.
Yes, but I'm on the verge of a great discovery.
You mean you know how to make rubber out of banana peels?
Rubber, schmubber. Who wants rubber? All my life I've searched for the secret of eternal man. A way to preserve humanity forever. And now the secret is almost within my grasp. A few more days. A few more dollars.
Well, for heaven's sake, what is it?
Embalming fluid.
Embalming fluid?
I buy him $400 worth of bananas, and he comes up with embalming fluid.
What did you expect? Fruit salad? This is not an ordinary embalming fluid. My invention will convert people into glass.
Glass?
In any position.
You mean every man becomes his own tombstone?
Everybody can pick out in advance what kind of statue he wants to become. How beautiful. How touching.
Oh, boy, I can see it now. Let Weldon and Glinka model you for eternity.
I need money to buy more equipment, Mr. Weldon.
We can't afford it.
Pardon me. This is like saying you can't afford to become rich.
Yeah, Margaret, that's right.
No, Bill, we're going to Bermuda.
Okay. No dice, Professor.
Well, I wait. Maybe you change your mind.
Goodbye, Glinka.
Oh, I almost forgot you. I brought you a little present, Mr. Weldon. Here, this jar.
What's in it?
A little something I made out of my embalming fluid.
Please, Professor, I love life.
Now, please understand, it's only byproduct. Good for nothing but removing hair.
It removes hair?
Instantly.
Emil, don't fool me. No shaving? No razor?
Rub it on, rub it off. No more whiskers. Silly, isn't it?
Silly? Margaret, this is it. This is going to make us rich.
It's a miracle.
I always said I was a genius.
Please, Mr. Weldon, my embalming...
Later, Professor, later. Come on, Margaret. Let's see Cruikshank. We got work to do.
But what about our honeymoon?
Margaret, what's more important? Our old honeymoon or the whiskers of the world?
Amazing, Weldon, amazing.
This means the end of the Stone Age in shaving. Man will no longer be a savage in the bathroom.
Bill's right, Mr. Cruikshank.
And you say you have an interest in it?
Complete control of the commercial rights. Let's start selling.
Right. And Miss Brady, get me the sales department. We have to think of a name. We must have a name for the invention.
Off again. How about the off again cream?
Wonderful.
Take them off again with off again.
Weldon, your wife has solved our first problem. Now it's up to you.
Thank you, dear. Mr. Cruikshank will start publicizing Off Again tonight. We'll set up a banquet for 750 guests. We'll get movie stars, celebrities.
I'll have the governor there.
The governor?
He's running for re-election. Be glad of the publicity.
Good. I want every man unshaven. We'll make it a mass shaving demonstration. Beside every plate, we'll have a jar of Off Again.
Oh, Bill, you're a genius. Bill, are you asleep?
Mm-hmm.
Golly, I was proud of you tonight. The way you talked to all those people, the governor and the mayor.
Oh, it was nothing. Any other genius could have done it. 43, 44, 45.
What are you doing?
Counting $1 million bills jumping over a fence.
Oh, 46, 47, 48.
49.
Bill, you won't change when we're rich, will you?
No, of course not. I'll always be the same plain, simple Bill. But, honey, I still think you're wrong.
About what, dear?
Not having a personal maid. You might as well, as long as...
but Bill, we're having a cook, 2 housemaids, a laundress, a chauffeur, a stable boy, and a butler.
Yeah, but if you don't have a personal maid, it puts me in an awful jam.
How, Bill?
How can I have a valet if you don't have a personal maid? I'd look like a jerk.
All right, I'll have one.
Thanks, honey.
Good.
Yeah. Margaret, what's wrong?
Bill, we're going to have a big house, aren't we?
Yeah, kind of. Reminds me, I wonder where I can find the floor plans for the Taj Mahal.
And we're going to be lost in a forest of butlers and maids. And it won't be the same, and I'm scared.
Oh, now, don't talk crazy.
I just love this room. And now we'll have 20 bedrooms, and I'll never be able to find you. That's no fun.
Oh, well, darling. Darling, we'll only have one.
You promise?
I promise. Scout's honor.
All right. Then I'll know you haven't changed.
Mm-hmm. Good night, dear.
Good night, Bill. Bill, the alarm clock.
It was a phone. Get it, will you, huh?
Oh. Yes, Mr. Cruikshank, he's here.
Who?
Do you want to... Bill isn't a nincompoop.
Huh?
What? But that's impossible. The governor...
What?
Oh, no. But there must be something we can do. The police?
What?
Mr. Cruikshank. He hung up.
What is it?
Oh, Bill, there won't be any big house. No servants. Bill, we aren't going to be rich. And Mr. Cruikshank says the governor's going to put you in jail.
What are you talking about?
Bill, you'll have to hide. I'll think of something. I won't let them take you away.
Margaret, will you talk sense?
Professor Glinka's cream. It backfired. All the guests have beards a foot long. And Bill, they're still growing.
You are listening to the Hollywood Screen Directors presentation of Her Husband's Affairs, starring Lucille Ball with Elliott Lewis, and introducing the director of the film, S. Sylvan Simon.
Cruikshank, you bungling idiot, look at this beard.
No, Governor, don't get excited. Be calm.
Be calm, look at me. I've shaved 5 times since 8 o'clock this morning.
I'm sure the doctor can do something. Can't you, Dr. Sandler?
This injection should do the trick. Just hold still, Governor. The cream seems to have overstimulated your pituitary glands. You'll be all right in a few hours.
I'd better be. That idiot Weldon and his insane scientists. I've got the police combing the city for them right now. They'll pay for this.
Good morning, Mr. Cruikshank. Good morning, Governor.
Oh, Margaret, thank heaven you're here.
Where's your lunatic husband?
Oh, he's celebrating.
What the devil has he got to celebrate?
Easy, Governor, easy. You can put your trust in Margaret.
Trust in Margaret? My wife put some of that concoction on her upper lip. How can I trust in Margaret when I've got a wife who looks like Joe Stalin?
That husband of yours has certainly done it this time.
He certainly has. Bill has presented the world with one of man's most precious gifts.
Throw her out of here.
I wanted Bill to tell you all this himself, but I can't wait. Mr. Cruikshank, we've got a new name for Off Again, a much better name.
Name, what's in a name? It still grows hair.
It's grown so much hair that you're all blind to the fact that it isn't a hair remover at all. It's a hair restorer. Put it on your head, not on your face. There's millions in it. All you have to do is change its name to On Again.
Great guns.
On Again.
Here, I brought some with me. In a few hours, even you can be an Adonis. Try it, Egghead. I mean, Mr. Cruikshank.
Oh, I will. I certainly will. Hair, can you imagine?
Oh, I'm a little thin on top myself. The women voters, you know, may I try it?
Certainly, Governor. And gentlemen, when you look in your mirrors tonight, you can thank Bill Weldon for what you see.
I'll call off the police immediately. That young man is to be commended.
Might be Bill's idea, but it seems to have Margaret's touch. But anyway, gentlemen, let us show our appreciation to Bill Weldon. All together, sing, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Professor Glinka! Professor Glinka! It's me, Bill. Let me in the garage.
Shh, come in quickly.
Yeah. Whew, I'm afraid to go in the house. Police are after me.
They came and went. I watched them from the tree in the backyard.
I gotta go get some dry clothes. I've been hiding in the sewer.
Not yet. You better wait till it's dark. Listen to me.
I listened to you once, and look what happened. Last night, a millionaire. Today, a sewer rat.
I should have warned you.
Glinka, how could you do this to me?
You must understand, my invention is basically an embalming fluid to preserve people after death by turning them into glass.
But you didn't say anything about growing beards.
Yeah, well, it seems, Mr. Weldon, that the byproduct is somewhat unpredictable. In its present state, it might shave, it might grow hair, it might have even more unusual effects. I'm not interested.
You're not interested?
I must devote myself to my embalming fluid, to finding the secret of eternal life.
Look, unless we do something about that cream, they'll toss us in the pokey. Can't you punch it into shape somehow?
What, and grow hair on my fist?
Look, Glinka, this is our necks.
Well, I'll try. But I'm warning you, anything can happen.
Okay, but make it fast. I'll be down in the sewer if you want me. Try to sneak into the house as soon as it gets dark.
Hello, Mr. Cruikshank. Come in.
Margaret, it's wonderful, wonderful.
What is? Sit down, Mr. Cruikshank.
On again. Look, I'll take my hat off.
Oh, is it real?
Did you ever see such a beautiful head of hair?
Did it all grow in at once or sort of sprout in sections?
It grew like a blossoming flower.
Oh.
And I owe it all to you and Bill. Every hair on my head.
Oh, Bill's a genius.
Has the governor phoned yet?
Why, no. Should he?
I left word for him to call your house. His hair is due at 6 o'clock. Bill. Where's Bill?
I don't know.
He hasn't run off again with off again, has he?
Oh, no, he'd never do that.
Psst. Psst. Margaret, that door. Somebody's there.
Oh, it must be Bill.
Oh, Weldon, come here.
Don't shoot, Cruikshank. I'll go quietly.
Oh, come on in, dear. It's all right. Nobody's mad at you anymore. The governor called off the police. Everything's fine now.
It is? Boy, I'm sure glad to get out of that sewer. Hey, Cruikshank, where'd you get the snappy toupee?
This is real. It grew in since this morning. You two have earned my undying gratitude, Weldon. We all knew Margaret and you would think of something to get us out of this mess.
Oh, yeah, well, the professor and I'll have off again licked in a week.
Bill, there is no off again. It's on again, remember?
What are you talking about?
Oh, now, Bill, don't be modest. You deserve a share of the credit, too, you know.
Something tells me my little wife has been helping me again.
Wasn't it your idea to turn off again into on again?
No, it wasn't. That's stupid.
But, darling, it grows hair.
So what? Who wants a beard grower?
Not beards, Bill. Hair on the head.
Who the devil wants hair?
I do. And a million like me.
If there were a million like you, I'd kill myself.
It'll make a fortune, Bill.
Oh, you're out of your minds. It doesn't compare with off again. It's just a sop for a handful of eggheads.
Eggheads? Look at this. Look at my hair.
You mean to say you put that stuff on your head?
Certainly. And so did the governor.
That does it. I suppose that idea came from my brain-laden spouse, too.
Bill, it was for your own good.
My own good? Don't you know that cream is unpredictable? Anything can happen to Egghead's head. Although in his case, it'll probably be an improvement.
But, Bill...
Of all the idiotic Budinsky tricks you've pulled on me, this is the worst. Prancing in like a prima donna and pulling the rug out from under me.
Oh, you're talking like a child. I kept you out of jail, didn't I?
I was doing all right myself, Wonder Girl.
That's probably the governor now.
I'll bet.
He'll want to thank you personally instead of locking you up. If it wasn't for me, you'd be a convict. Hello?
Mrs. Weldon?
Yes?
This is Dr. Sandler. I'm speaking to you from the governor's bedside.
Oh, dear. Is he ill?
He wants to speak to you himself. Just hold on. It's Mrs. Weldon.
Where are they? Where's that throwback husband of yours and that lunatic scientist?
Is something wrong, Governor?
Wrong. I'll tell you what's wrong. That miracle cream has turned my head into glass.
Oh, no.
How can a fishbowl run for re-election? I'm ruined. My cranium has been sabotaged. I look like a chandelier.
You mean glass? Real glass?
Yes. Listen, I'll tap it.
Oh, dear. What's that funny noise?
Dandruff.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Governor.
Your maniac husband will be sorry. I'm calling out the state militia. Those two are going to jail.
Oh!
Okay, Weldon, you got a visitor.
No, not her. Don't let her in here.
Sorry, Bud. Orders.
Bill, they tried to keep me from seeing you.
You darn tootin' they did. I told them to. I'm happy in jail. I'm safe. My wife can't help me.
Bill, don't you want to go to Bermuda with me?
Unless you're wearing a muzzle.
Don't be angry, Bill. I was only
Don't say
trying
it.
to...
You're only trying to help me. I started out to make a fortune. With your help, I wound up in jail.
But everything's all right now.
And that's what you said the last time they arrested me.
But, darling, this time I really fixed it. The professor and I made a deal with the governor.
Oh, no. Now they'll probably hang me.
No, darling, it's all right. Glinka fixed the governor's head, so now he's letting you go.
I don't want to go. I don't want to be helped. It might kill me. I'd rather just die here in prison, peacefully. A broken old man.
Oh, please, Bill. I'm sorry. I'll never help you again.
You mean that?
I promise.
No more meddling? No more mixing in my affairs?
No more.
You solemnly swear?
Scout's honor.
All right, then.
We're going to Bermuda?
Well, we've still got the $5,000 from the Top L hat account, haven't we?
Another visitor for you, Weldon.
Professor.
Mr. Weldon, Mrs. Weldon. I had to see you. I've just made the most amazing discovery. Look at this flower.
It's beautiful, Professor, but we're not interested.
No, feel it. Go ahead, touch it.
Yeah, let me see. Holy Ike, it's steel.
It's embalmed, petrified, will last forever.
But it still has its perfume.
Certainly. It fell into my embalming fluid by accident.
A perpetual flower. This makes Luther Burbank look like a high school student.
Thank you. All I need to develop it is a few $100.
No, Professor, we're sorry.
Margaret, honey, don't you realize what this means? It's not as big as Off Again, but it's still $1 million a year. We're back in business.
Well, I don't know, Bill.
We have to find a name for it.
Forever flower. How about the forever flower?
The forever flower.
Eternal beauty.
The artist's answer to the atom bomb.
Indestructible loveliness.
Bermuda will have to wait.
Oh, there's always Bermuda, darling.
Let's go to work.
Bill.
What?
You're a genius.
Our guest will return in just a moment. Next week, the NBC Theater sets its course for a round-the-world romance as we present the intriguing motion picture story, Trade Winds, and our star will be Frederick March. And now, here again are tonight's stars, Lucille Ball and Elliott Lewis, and screen director S. Sylvan Simon.
You know, Elliot, Sylvan Simon is a very important man in the motion picture business.
He is?
Yes, as well as being a director, he's a producer.
Well, I guess that keeps you pretty busy, huh, Mr. Simon?
Well, every once in a while I manage to get away and relax with my hobby.
What is your hobby, Sylvan?
Hitting my head against the wall.
Hitting your head against the wall, that's crazy.
Not for me, it isn't.
Why not?
Because of the difference between directors and producers.
Well, what is the difference?
Well, it's a matter of responsibility. If you're a director, then the producer's responsible for everything that goes wrong in a picture.
And if you're a producer?
Then you put all the blame on the director.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. What happens if you're both, like you?
Rather, you hit your head against the wall. Good night, Lucille.
Good
Elliot,
night.
good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
And good night to you, Lucille Ball, Elliott Lewis, and S. Sylvan Simon. Her Husband's Affairs was presented through the courtesy of Columbia Pictures, producers of the soon-to-be-released film Lust for Gold, starring Glenn Ford and Ida Lupino. S. Sylvan Simon's latest production is Columbia Pictures' Miss Grant Takes Richmond, starring Lucille Ball, who will also be seen in the forthcoming Paramount production, Sorrowful Jones. Included in tonight's cast were Hans Conried, Wilms Herbert, Jay Novello, Ken Christie, Herb Litton, and Dan Riss. Her Husband's Affairs was adapted for radio by Richard Allen Simmons, and original music was composed and conducted by Henry Russell. Production was under the supervision of Howard Wiley, associate producer Bill Karn. Your announcer has been Frank Barton. Listen again next week when the NBC Theater presents
Screen Directors Assignment. Production, Trade Winds. Director, Tay Garnett. Star, Frederick March.
Elliot Lewis doing a wonderful job there. In the original motion picture, the Elliot Lewis role was done by screen star Francois Tone, and the role that you heard there by Hans Conried was handled in the film by Edward Everett Horton. A wonderful motion picture from 1947. It did good, reasonably good at the box office, $1.5 million at the box office for an 85-minute film released on November 12, 1949. There you go. Her Husband's Affairs, plural, has a different meaning than just Her Husband's Affair, doesn't it? Screen Directors Playhouse, originally broadcast 76 years ago today, May 22nd, 1949, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Real quick look at the news next.
Alert Americans will heed history's lessons. Throughout history, surprise has had a leading role in military disasters. Today, an enemy capable of surprise air attack could leave chaos in his wake. That's why you should be in the Civilian Ground Observer Corps, volunteering a few hours a week to guard our skies. Be a ground observer. Contact your local civilian defense office.
I know we're already running way long in this episode of the podcast, and I apologize, but let's take a look at some of the headlines of Sunday, May 22nd, 1949, before we get to Martin and Lewis. German police from the Russian sector of Berlin fired pistol shots last night at West Berlin railway strikers, tried to seize the Wannsee elevated train station at midnight. The shooting came after a day of riotous east-west fighting among German strikers and non-strikers. Russian machine gunners had manned posts on some of the trains. Senator Charles W. Doby, the New Hampshire Republican, said last night many congressional investigations have disclosed a lack of common honesty and integrity widespread across the country. Speaking at a convocation of Baptist laymen from eastern and midwestern states, Toby called for exasperation and a sense of righteous indignation against crookedness, dishonesty, and immorality. Tornadoes hammering the Midwest Saturday night, killing at least 19 people and injuring more than 100 others in Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Iowa. An immigration official said last night 2 stowaways were moved from the ship Federal Pioneer as it left New York Harbor. The spokesman, enforcement officer Peter Esperti, said the captain radioed that he had discovered stowaways shortly after the ship sailed. Mrs. Richard Morrow Tate, 25-year-old British aviatrix attempting to complete a round-the-world flight, grounded yesterday in Minnesota, her single-engine plane seized by custom officials and roped to the ground. She said she and her navigator have a little hope of ever finishing their globe-circling flight. In other news, the foreign ministers of Britain, the U.S., France, and Russia gathered in Paris for their 6th full conference since the war, their 4th in an effort to reach a German settlement. One of Shanghai's biggest arsenals, only 3 miles from the downtown district, blew up with a roar and burned fiercely as other fires sprang up in and around the besieged metropolis. In this, the sweet and sour, the outlook for this week in Chicago, the National Pickle Packers Association have proclaimed it Pickle Week. Launching their picnic season's pickle sales, the lads and lasses who make with the dill and mustard will crown a pickle-garb queen of pickles at Chicago's ceremonies. The mysterious queen will be crowned in the light of flaming pickles, impaled on rapiers held aloft by a corps of pickle-eating waiters. Dill L. Pickle of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, will aid in the crowning festivities Monday as Chicago's Otto C. Dill, John C. Mustard, and Louis Hamburger look on. Those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, May 22nd, 1949. Quick break, and we'll be back with Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Americans have always been noted for their know-how. And you young men in search of a career, you can put this practical talent to excellent use in one of our nation's many engineering schools. At the present time, we need engineers. We need them to maintain our scientific and engineering superiority. So look to your future, to America's future. Plan now to become an engineer.
I was most shocked that they didn't find a Peter Piper to deal with the pickles. We continue now with our look at Sunday, May 22nd, 1949, 76 years ago today, and an episode of the Martin and Lewis Show with their guest John Garfield. This goes back, as I said, 76 years ago, May 22nd, 1949.
It's the Martin and Lewis Show.
Applause.
The National Broadcasting Company brings you transcribed from New York, the Martin and Lewis Show. Our guest tonight, John Garfield, and featuring Flo McMichael, Dick Stabile and his orchestra, and starring Dean Martin.
Come to me, my melancholy baby. Cuddle up and don't be blue.
And Jerry Lewis.
Come to me, my melancholy baby. I give you love and everything else, baby. Cars, diamonds, pearls, penthouses, castles, yachts.
I got a lucky box of Cracker Jack.
Well, I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. You dream a while and you scheme a while. You're sure to find happiness, and I guess, well, all the things you think that are pine for, gee, but I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets Woolworth ain't gonna sell to you far to that lucky day. You know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. Gee, but I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets Woolworth ain't gonna sell to you, baby, till that lucky day. You know darn well, baby, well, I can't give you anything but love.
Ever since the boys teamed up 3 years ago, Dean has been meaning to do something about getting Jerry to build himself up physically. But you know how those things go. We find them in their apartment just getting up in the morning.
Oh, boy, I feel great today. What a day to be alive. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
You're right, Dean. It is a beautiful day. I think I'll stick my head out and get a great big deep breath of that fresh air.
Jerry, you didn't hurt yourself, did you?
Nah, I didn't hurt myself, and the window hasn't got a pane either. All right, I just woke up.
Yeah, but not enough. Jerry, remember that little talk we had last night about your condition?
Yeah, and we decided that I got to build myself up today.
Right, and we'll start by going to a gym and taking a good workout. Remember, health is wealth.
Health is wealth? What's that got to do with me?
Well, look at you. You're bankrupt. Seriously, Jerry, I'm worried about you. Things are different today with us. We have new responsibilities.
Yeah, I know. 3 shows a night at a nightclub, a radio show each week.
Motion pictures, personal appearances, benefits.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's a tough schedule.
And that's exactly why we have to keep in shape. I'm really worried about you, partner.
Me? Don't worry about me. I'm super healthy. Why, I've got the endurance of a mule. I've got the strength of a lion. And athletics? Why, I'll dive and I'll race and I'll run and I'll jump and Dean...
What?
I'm exhausted.
See, that's just what I meant. And I'm going to do something about it. Now, today you're going to eat the right kind of food. Today you're going to go to a gym and have a nice workout. And tonight you're coming home early.
Yes, partner.
And why did you come home so late after the last show last night?
Oh, I stopped by Reuben's restaurant. I had half a date.
Half a date? What do you mean? With a midget?
No, that's not what I mean.
No, well, what's this half a date?
It's simple. I was there and she wasn't.
You know, you might have better luck with girls if you build yourself up.
I think you're right, Dean. But I can't help my size. I spent my first 3 months in an incubator. And I grew and grew and grew, and then came that happy day.
They took you out of the incubator?
Yeah, and put me into a thermos bottle.
Oh, Jerry, quit it, will you?
No, it's true, Dean. True that I, too, was once a 98-pound weakling. And then I turned the magazine page and saw that ad. He could make a giant of me. I bought the lessons, I worked.
Yes, go on.
Today, I am a 98-pound giant.
Look, no matter how much you stall, you're not going to get out of going to the gym, so get dressed. Jerry, what now?
Every time I try to take a step, my trousers fall down. And so do I.
But what do you want me to do?
Hand me the Scotch tape.
You hold your trousers up with Scotch tape? What's the matter? No belt?
No hips.
Why don't you use suspenders?
No shoulders either.
You sound like a guy who stumbled going through a revolving door.
You're right, Dean. I should take better care of myself. And tomorrow morning, I'll get on a regular routine of exercises.
What are you going to do?
I'll set the alarm for 6 a.m., and when it rings, I'll jump out of bed.
And then what?
Then what? Isn't that pretty good for a start?
Jerry, you got to be serious about this. Now, what you need is road work, health foods, calisthenics, vitamins, fresh vegetables, fruits, red meats, regular hours, lots of sleep, deep breathing, and fresh air.
Stop already. I'm getting exhausted again. Well, I'm all dressed, Dean. Are you ready? Who is it?
It's me.
Well, hello, Florence.
I got some fan letters for you to sign, the ones I secretaried yesterday, and I wanted to get here before Mrs. Taproot comes.
Oh, the president of Dean's 50 Years and Older Ladies fan club? She coming?
Yeah, she's coming to tell me all about the last meeting of my new fan club. Isn't that nice? I said, isn't that nice, Jerry?
Who's jealous?
Well, where are the letters that you have to be signed, Florence?
Oh, here. I'm sorry I'm late, but I had a lot of trouble getting them written.
Trouble? I thought I told you to type them on my Corona.
That's just it. It isn't easy to type a letter on a cigar.
Fan letters answered on cigars. Hey, Dean, that might get us some new fans. With men who know tobacco best, it's Martin and Lewis, 8:45.
Martin and Lewis, 8:45.
Yeah, with the cigars, we can throw in a time signal.
Florence, you know, you managed to get about 3 fan letters answered a day. I think you should do a little better than that or give up the job.
Oh, I wouldn't give up the job. I'd just have to get another job, and that'd be silly. You know what they say? A rolling stone gathers no moose.
A rolling stone gathers no moose? Florence, it's not a rolling stone gathers no moose. It's a rolling rock gathers no moose.
This conversation could be happening, but I doubt it.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis is pretty odd sometimes. He should take vitamin G.
Vitamin G? What's vitamin G?
Well, that's the vitamin you take that makes you strong enough to keep from getting punchy from all the other vitamins you take.
Florence, I don't think you know very much about vitamins.
Oh, sure I do. They're little men who run around inside you and do good things.
Oh, Florence, vitamins aren't little men. That's silly.
Gee, Mr. Lewis, you're always taking all the beauty and romance out of life.
I think you're right about his taking some kind of vitamins, though. We were just talking about how Jerry doesn't attract girls very much.
Yeah, a girl has to be careful. Tell me, do you think a girl should marry a man who's taller than she is?
Why shouldn't a girl marry a man who's taller than she is?
No, never asked me. Oh, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah?
How tall are you?
Oh, I'm a very short little fellow. Much shorter than you. Come over here and we'll measure and I'll prove it.
Okay, here I am. Should I stand up or kneel down like you're doing?
You know, if it pays to be ignorant, you two are about ready to retire. It's a good line.
I don't want to be inquisitive, Florence, but what kind of a man would you prefer?
Oh, I like the mysterious type of man. A man that nobody sees, that nobody knows anything about, who lives a life of mystery.
Go for Philip Morris!
Well, I don't want to hold you up from going to the gym. I'll go mail the letters. Bye.
Bye, Florence.
You know something? Maybe I will go over to the gym with you, Dean. How about tying my tie for me, huh?
Why don't you learn to do these simple little things for yourself? I'm not going to mother you anymore.
Oh, come on, Dean. How about it, huh? Please.
Well, all right. Here, stand still. There.
Gee, thanks, Mom. You're so good to me, Dean. You sure tie my tie good, Dean. You're always good to me, Dean.
All right, I'm good to you. Now stop following me around.
I can't. You got your finger stuck in the knot.
Jerry, stop your clowning. Let's get started. Ooh, that must be Miss Taproot. Come in.
Oh, that wonderful voice. That glorious voice. Oh, you know the motto of our club, Mr. Martin. When our boy Deanie sings, we soar on love's own wings.
Well, thanks, Mrs. Taproot. That's very nice.
But all your club members are ladies over 50 years old. How much soaring can you do at that age?
Look, Sonny, jet propulsion wasn't invented by bobby suckers, you know.
Tell me, Mrs. Taproot, did you listen in on last Sunday's radio show?
Oh, yes. And when our club members heard your voice, it's just miraculous.
Well, what do you mean, miraculous?
Oh, before you got halfway through your first song, Mrs. Crabtree's neuralgia in her leg went completely away.
Well, that's me, Dean Martin, Boy Mayo Clinic.
And then there's Mrs. Blabola. She weighs 240 pounds. Mrs. Blabola's our literary member.
Oh, she reads a lot, huh?
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
But for a girdle, she uses bookends.
Gee, you're lucky, Dean. I'll bet even Crosby hasn't got a fan that's built like an encyclopedia. So your club really enjoys Dean singing, huh, Mrs. Taproot?
Oh, yes. And our oldest member, Mrs. Primella, was so happy. Your singing made her feel 40 years younger.
40 years younger?
Yes. If you'd sung a second chorus, she'd have backed all the way out of her old age benefits.
Oh.
Yep, from Margaret O'Brien to Marjorie Main, when Deanie sings, they feel no pain.
Jerry, stop ad-libbing.
That was a poem by Gerald Lewis, age 2, who doesn't know any better.
Well, Mrs. Taproot, I'm glad my voice seems to help your members out.
Oh, yes. And since you did such wonders for Mrs. Crabtree's neuralgia, I was wondering if you could do anything about the water on my knee.
Go ahead, Dean. Sing Cruising Down the River and hope for the best.
One thing I never quite understood, Mrs. Taproot, why didn't your fan club pick on one of the older singers?
Well, you know, Mr. Martin, before our club switched over to you, we were fans of Nelson Eddy. You know, with his shortening bread and water boy.
What made you change to me?
Well, we were tired of bread and water. We wanted meat and potatoes.
Goodbye. Yeah, bye, Mrs. Taproot. Bye. Well, I
Hey,
guess...
Dean.
What?
Remember when we started out as a team, you kept telling me that your singing would put us in a higher brackets?
Yeah, what about it?
I thought you meant money, not years.
You're just jealous because it isn't your fan club, and maybe we can do something about that. Come on, let's go to the gym and see if we can cure you of an acute case of skin and bones.
Me skinny? That's funny. Me skinny. I am not.
All right, you're not skinny. But why is it your suits always look fatter when they're on the hanger?
They do?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they were in love. Oh, what are you owing about? What do you want?
Jerry, there's no use stalling. I'm still going to make you go down to the gymnasium and take that workout. You 98-pound giant, you.
Okay, I'll make a deal with you. I'll get on the bathroom scales, and if I don't weigh more than 98 pounds, I'll go to that gym with you.
Ah, this is a cinch. Come on. Puny boy, yes, you are my puny boy.
I'll get on the bathroom scales in here. Okay, Dean. What does it say on the indicator now?
Services will be held tomorrow. Well, come on, Jerry. We're off to the gymnasium, and I think I'd better carry you.
Well, it was tough work, but Dean finally persuaded Jerry to go to the gym.
Well, here's the gymnasium, Jerry.
Gee, it's a nice-looking building. Hey, let's take a look through the window. Gosh, look at them all running and jumping around in their shorts. Did you ever see so many bare arms and legs? And just look at their physiques.
Yeah, now let's go over to the men's side.
Yes, gentlemen?
Hello, I'm Jerry Lewis, and I'd like to build myself up.
You want to build yourself up?
Yeah, what do you recommend?
A bottle of plasma and keep your fingers crossed.
Look, I've been telling Jerry about building himself up all morning. Haven't you got any trunks that'll fit him?
What size you take, bud?
28.
Well, here, try these.
What size are they?
44.
Were you ever in the Army?
Yeah.
Gee, once a supply sergeant, always a supply sergeant. Say, I'll need a jersey, too. Want to see my chest?
Sure. Would you mind pointing it out to me?
It's right there between my shoulders.
Oh, I thought it was a mole. Okay, inhale and I'll measure it. Very interesting. 4 inches.
4 inches expansion?
No, just 4 inches of chest.
Look, mister, I may be kind of small, but I'm plenty tough.
Yeah, you're a regular Mickey Goonie. Well, let's just slip these things on and we'll see what we can do with you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now, pick up that iron bar with the weights on it.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Now, let's try the other one. The one with the 2-pound weight.
Come on, Jerry. You'll always be kidded about your strength until you do something about it.
Okay, Dean, I'll try.
Now, let's limber up a little. Bend down and touch the floor with your fingertips. No, no, no. Keep your knees stiff. Stiff.
Well, as long as I'm down here, I'll do some push-ups.
I don't think you're ready for any more exercises today. I'll just leave you. You can fool around the way you want to.
Okay. Dean, I wish I could get into one of these boxing rings and practice boxing. They all seem to be in use.
No, there's one ring that's vacant, Jerry. Look at that trainer. He's bawling out somebody right now.
Now, you heavyweights are all alike. Too slow, too heavy on your feet. You gotta be on your toes in this business. Now go on home and try not to be so heavy on your feet next time.
Gee, Dean, didn't that elephant look funny in shorts?
Hey, Jerry, look who's coming across the gymnasium. It's John Garfield.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing here. Excuse me, but aren't you John Garfield, the movie actor?
That's right. Well, I guess you don't recognize us, Mr. Garfield. I'm Dean Martin. This is Jerry Lewis. Never heard of him.
Wait a minute, Mr. Garfield. We may not be very well known, but we've achieved some success.
Yeah, we're over at the Copacabana nightclub. I sing, and Jerry's a very funny guy. Tells jokes, makes the people laugh. In fact, his wit is so fast, it's like lightning.
No wonder he's built like one of those rods. But seriously, Dean, I'm very glad to meet you. Well, tell the truth, boys. I don't get much time to go to nightclubs.
You don't go to nightclubs? What do you do in the evening?
Well, I go home and go to bed.
Gee, how did you ever think of that?
How come you're not in Hollywood making pictures?
Oh, I like to get away from Hollywood once in a while and do something in the legitimate theater. Did you fellas ever do anything legitimate?
Did we ever do anything legitimate? Well, when Dean stopped hanging around with those guys at the pool hall who had the car swiping concession over in Brooklyn...
Hey, don't be ridiculous. Mr. Garfield means did we ever do any legitimate performing, something dramatic.
Oh, dramatic. Well, once we introduced the violinist...
Was it Yasha Heifetz who plays with the symphony?
No, this was Yasha Fiedelbaum. He plays at the Oddfellow weddings.
You know, Mr. Garfield, you're one of Jerry's favorite actors.
Really?
Yes.
I admire you on a screen. Gee, in body and soul, the way you treated your women, like a caveman.
Well, that's my system, treat 'em rough. If the script says to grab my leading lady by the arm, I shove her first. And if it says to push them against the wall, why, I slug them, too, you see.
Gee,
You know, sometimes after a big love scene, my knuckles are so sore I can hardly stand it.
Gee, and my girl hits me if I take all the armrests to the seat in the movies.
You see, Jerry doesn't have much success romantically.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, Jerry, have you ever tried taking a ride through Central Park on a moonlight night?
Oh, sure. We took a ride Saturday night. The moon was shining, the air was balmy, but I didn't get one single kiss.
Well, wouldn't the girl cooperate?
Girl? I took my dog.
Jerry, taking a dog on a moonlight ride through the park, nobody would do a thing like that.
I would, but I'm only 23 years old. What do I know? Mr. Garfield, you don't know how much I'd give to be like you, even a little bit like you.
Oh, Jerry, stop kidding. Why, there's lots of similarities between us.
There are?
Why, certainly. Why, we're both men.
I'll give you 2-1 on that. And that's exactly why we're down here at the gym today, Mr. Garfield.
Yeah, I want to grow up, be tough, you know, like James Cagney. Boy, if I could only be like him. Now, look here, you guys. I know what the score is, see? You don't fool with me now. Take this gat and know what you're doing, Johnny.
Hey, that's pretty good. Say, you haven't told me why you came to the gym today.
Well, Jerry's decided to get himself into condition.
Huh?
And since Jerry saw you in body and soul, he wants to become a fighter.
A fighter? Well, don't make me laugh. Why, I've never seen such a panty waist.
What's the matter?
Well, look at you, all panty and no waist.
Well, you may think I'm frail, but actually I'm as hard as nails. Last summer I did the hardest road work in the world.
Jerry, the hardest road work in the world?
Sure. You know those construction gangs who build roads through the hot, burning deserts?
Yes.
And you know those great big boulders and rocks that they have to be broken up into little pieces?
Yes.
And all that tar and asphalt that has to be pounded and pounded till it's flat enough to make a highway?
Is that what you did?
No, I painted the white line down the middle.
Well, that proves it, Jerry. And I was going to suggest that we spar for a couple of rounds, you know, just for laughs.
Oh, you'd murder Jerry. He doesn't know his left hand from his right.
Now, why does everybody think I'm a mental incompetent?
Well?
Maybe I can rephrase that last statement.
Well, come on, Jerry. If you want to spar around a little, I'm ready for you.
Yeah?
Well, I really feel like mixing it up for a couple of rounds, huh?
Yeah?
Sure. How about you?
Yeah, how about that?
What's the matter? You're not yellow, are you?
Me? Yellow?
Well, you certainly look like you're yellow.
Can I help it if I'm breaking out in lemon jello?
Go ahead, Jerry. Get into the ring with Mr. Garfield. That's what you came down here for. To get a workout. You're not afraid, are you?
Afraid? Why, I'll go in there and I'll murder this guy. Stop it, will you, Dean? Why, I'll pulverize him. Dean, quit it. I'll break every bone in his body. Dean, will you stop it?
What am I doing?
You're shoving me.
Now, don't worry, Jerry. What can happen? I'll take it easy with you. I won't hit you hard enough to bruise Margaret O'Brien.
Promise?
Promise. I won't hit you any harder than this. Just a tap.
I am Killer Margaret O'Brien. Tonight I fight Champ Garfield for the heavyweight title. It's almost time for the main event. Gee, I hate to go. It's so nice up here floating on this cloud of lemon jello.
Jerry, relax. Lie back. You're on the training table in your dressing room. You got to get ready for your big fight.
Yeah, my big fight.
Now, this is it, Killer. You got to get in there at the bell and start slugging.
Yeah. They don't call me Killer Lewis for nothing. I'll murder this Garfield bum. I'll slash him. I'll crush his nose with my left. I'll close his eyes with my right. I'll bust his ribs and...
Now, what was that for?
I just happened to think, what if he hits me?
Oh, come on, Killer, buck up. Where's your confidence?
Don't worry about me. I've been practicing my old 1-2.
Practicing punching, eh?
No, counting. I got the fight all figured out, Dean. In the middle of the first round, throw in the towel. Don't forget that. Throw in the towel.
You mean you're going to give up the fight?
No, I'm going to wet one end of it and flip him unconscious. This is going to be a great night for me.
Can I come in?
Florence, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm not the Florence, you know. I'm the champ's girlfriend.
The champ's girlfriend?
Yeah, but there might be a vacancy. I'm getting tired of the way he kisses.
Why? How does he kiss?
The hard way. No lips.
So you don't like the way the champ kisses, huh? Lean down here, baby. How was that?
As far as I'm concerned, he's still the champ. You're kind of cute, but I'm still grateful to him. He took me out of my old racket.
What was your old racket?
Typing letters on Corona cigars.
You still sound like Florence, our secretary.
Oh, how can you say that? Don't you remember last night when you held me in your arms? You said I was the most glamorous woman in the world, more desirable than Hedy Lamarr.
I said that?
Yeah.
I gotta get out of this boxing racket. I'm getting punchy.
You better go now. I gotta take care of my friend here.
So long.
So long, baby.
The championship fight will go on in a few minutes. Meantime, the crowd is watching the preliminary wrestling match between Gorgeous Smorgeous and 10-Ton Tucker. They're in a tight clinch right now. Gorgeous has a cross-flying hammerlock on 10-Ton, who has a body scissors and toe twister on Gorgeous.
Hey, killer, look at that match. What a match, huh?
Yeah, gee, I didn't even know they were in love.
And now Gorgeous gets 10-Ton over his head in an airplane spin. Around and around he goes and throws 10-Ton to the mat. Great Scott, 10-Ton crashed completely through the ring. There's nothing showing above the floor but his trunk and one tusk. Well, that's the end of that match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the fight for the heavyweight title between the present champion, John Garfield, at 280 pounds, and the challenger, Killer Lewis, the 98-pound giant. Services will be held tomorrow. Well, the challenger, Killer Lewis, is leaving his corner. He goes to the center of the ring.
Go on, Jerry.
Okay. Take that, and that, and that, and that. How'd you like that one, punk? Take that.
And now Garfield gets into the ring. The crowd cheers.
Hey, referee, I don't think you've met my fighter.
Hiya, champ. Chimp.
Keep going. He's in there someplace.
I'm the referee now. Let's make this a good, clean fight, man. First, I gotta take a look at your boxing gloves. Louis, your gloves are okay.
Swell.
Now let's take a look at yours, Garfield. Yours are okay, too.
Wait a minute. What's all that stuff that fell out of his glove? Iron pipes and horseshoes.
Well, that's to penalize me, killer. I'm better than you are, and all that heavy iron will weigh my arms down so I can't hit you so fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. Look, Garfield, I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat your brains out, Louis.
Well, I'm gonna break both your arms, fracture your skull.
Well, I'm gonna smash you into a pulp.
Okay, boys, go to your corners.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, killer, it's your big moment. Here's the bell for the first round. Now go out to the center of the ring. Remember, you're a 98-pound giant. And don't forget your strategy.
Yeah, my strategy. Okay. Where's that Garfield? You ready, Garfield?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Help! Foul! Foul! Foul!
Jerry, not yet. Wait till he hits you.
Why take chances? Foul! Foul! Foul!
Never mind all that faking, Louis. Stand up and fight.
I'm not worried. I'm a good boxer. I'm very scientific.
Okay, throw a couple of punches and let's see if you can land one.
Okay. I'm missing you.
That's pretty good. Now get inside the ring and try it.
Okay, here's an uppercut.
Here's a left jab.
Here's a right to the jaw.
Here's your teeth.
Thanks.
And there's the bell ending round one. Lewis is going to his corner. He seems a little woozy.
Come on, sit down on this stool. How do you feel?
Great. I think I got his strategy all figured out.
You got his strategy figured out?
Yeah. He's trying to murder me.
Well, remember what I told you. Make him keep hitting you on the head. We'll wear him down some way.
And there's the bell for round two. The fighters are in a clinch. They're talking to each other.
I'm warning you, Louis. I'm warning you. If you don't stop following me, I'm going to give you my secret long-range rabbit punch.
Your secret long-range rabbit punch? What's that?
I jump outside the ring and throw Easter eggs at you.
You can't beat me, Garfield. I can weave too good. I can weave my way all around a ring. Look at the way I'm weaving right now.
Yeah, you sure can weave, all right. Now put that knitting down and start fighting.
Lewis is circling Garfield. He's keeping his distance. Now he's backing away. He's still backing away. Lewis is backing away farther. Father, oops, they got him just in time. He was trying to signal a taxi on 8th Avenue.
I'm going to finish you off in this round, Louis.
Don't make me laugh. You couldn't beat me if you had the U.S. Marines helping you.
Ready? Aim! Fire!
Louis is riddled with bullets. He's falling. He's going down.
Jerry, get up. Get up, you yellow dog. What's a few bullets?
It's too late. I'm finished.
Jerry, get up. Jerry, get up.
Huh? What? Where am I? What happened?
Oh, Mr. Garfield just tapped you with the back of his hand and you fainted.
You mean I wasn't in the ring fighting all this time?
Of course not, Jerry. How do you feel, huh?
All right, I guess. Only I got a funny taste in my mouth.
What is it?
I don't know. It tastes exactly like lemon jello.
What is that?
Thanks, John. Good night.
The Martin and Lois Show, transcribed in New York, is produced and directed by Robert L. Redd and written by Dick McKnight, Ray Allen, and Roger Price. This is Wayne Howell suggesting you tune into your NBC station every Sunday evening at the same hour for The Martin and Lois Show.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Jello. Who would have thought that? May 22nd, 1949, The Martin and Lewis Show here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream. Quick look at a couple of things coming up tomorrow. Leiningen versus the Ants, an episode of Escape from 1948. Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, Counterspy, also from 1948. Edmund O'Brien as yours truly, Johnny Dollar, from 1950, and After the Hour from Chicago in 1945, The Man Without a Face. Saturday, another episode of Suspense, this one, Weekend Special Death with Agnes Moorehead from 1954. John Daner as Paladin in Have Gun Will Travel from 1955. An Exercise in Horror from Arch Obler's Plays from 1945, and an episode of Night Watch from 1954. And Sunday Suspense, Orson Welles in Donovan's Brain from 1944, a 1958 episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in The Midnight Sun Matter, and a 1942 episode of the Lux Radio Theater Test Pilot, starring Robert Taylor, Rita Hayworth, and Robert Preston. Coming up next on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Fred Allen.
Instead of going down, the annual rate of polio cases in this country is going up. Instead of growing panicky with fear in the face of such an unwelcome fact, there is a way in which we all can join the Army, which is fighting to check this trend and ultimately defeat infantile paralysis. We can contribute to the March of Dimes. Give today so that the 1952 March of Dimes will be the biggest ever and a really potent fighting force against polio.
Colonel Stoopnagle of Stoopnagle and Bud, Fred Allen's guest in this episode of The Fred Allen Show from 76 years ago, May 22nd, 1949.
The Ford Dealers of America present The Fred Allen Show. The Fred Allen Show with Fred's guests, Colonel Stoopnagle, Miss Quinn Conga, and Clifford Tatum, Portland Hoffa, Minerva Pius, Peter Donald, Parker Fenley, the DeMarco sisters, and Al Goodman and his orchestra. And this is Kenny Delmar speaking for your Ford dealer. All this month, the National Safety Council is sponsoring a nationwide campaign. Their slogan is, to check accidents, double-check your car. Let's all get on the bandwagon. See your friendly Ford dealer and have him check your car from bumper to bumper. He knows just what to do to get it in shape for all your summer driving ahead. Naturally, Ford dealers know Ford's best. Their mechanics are Ford trained, they use special Ford equipment, and factory-approved methods. They can supply genuine Ford parts. They can save you time, trouble, and money. Make it a point tomorrow to take your Ford back home to your Ford dealer and have him give it a real going-over. Say, it must be Sunday night again. Here comes Fred Allen and his new Ford on his way to keep his weekly date at the corner of Main Street. As Fred steps out of his Ford, he hears a voice say,
Mr. Allen!
Portland.
Portland, have you been waiting long?
No, I picked your mail up at the post office.
Oh, my mail. Well, thanks a lot. Let me see what's in the mail. Oh, this first note is from George McCoy, you know, the press agent. formerly gargantuous secretary. Then he became a press agent later. George says he has a new client, a grocery boy, Alexander and Agnes, who has written a song. What do you know?
A grocery boy wrote a song?
It's called An Onion and You.
Is he the fellow who wrote, I'm sorry I made you cry?
Oh, who knows? A guy writes about an onion. If he's in love, why doesn't he write a song about his tomato and have the thing over? I'm just getting the weak ones out of the way before I... What other mail... Be funny if they were all weak ones, wouldn't it? And I lick into the commercial later in lieu of something. But what else is in the mail?
Well, this card says it's National Foot Week.
Say, if that grocery boy can change his song from An Onion and You to A Bunion and You, it'll be a great theme song for National Foot Week. I'll tell McCoy that if I catch him around. Well, Portland, what's new?
Some doctor says neurotic people are taking up bird watching.
Well, bird watching may be all right for neurotic people out of town, but not in New York, Portland.
Why not?
Well, suppose a man is nervous one night. Now, he can't sleep. He feels like a little bird watching. Well, he gets up out of bed. Where is he going to find a yellow-bellied sapsucker in New York at 4 o'clock in the morning?
If enough neurotic people go in for bird watching,
yeah?
The Audubon Society may stay open all night.
No, I don't think so. The Audubon Society doesn't want a lot of robins and meadowlarks around there with bags under their eyes. Say, have you ever seen the night watchman at the Audubon Society?
No.
He sleeps with his head under his arm. You won't even get this information from Winchell. I mean, stuff like that. Have you any other items?
Yes.
He molts in the spring, too.
The coach at Columbia University trying to get his football players jobs as babysitters.
No kidding.
Do you think football players would make good babysitters?
Well, a football player should know how to go around a baby's end. It's getting late, Portland. I think I'd better pick up my paper.
Mind if I go along?
Oh, come on. Let's take a walk down Main Street.
What does the paper say?
Hey, look at this headline.
Truman budget faces deficit.
Do you know what a deficit is?
It's what you've got when you haven't as much as you had when you had nothing.
Yes. That is a deficit. Too bad this isn't that $64 show. You would be that much richer. Say, here's something. Look at this. 3rd annual hobby show for older persons is held in New York.
Do you think all people have hobbies?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's ask some people as we're walking down Main Street. This man coming along with the cardboard vest. Pardon me, sir.
Claghorn, say Claghorn's the name. Senator Claghorn, that is.
Well, Senator...
Step aside, son. If you're selling phony jewelry, I ain't no country Jay.
Well...
Now, don't hold me up, son. I'm busier than a one-armed man trying to use his dental floss.
Now, wait. You're busy, Senator?
Si, amigo, frango, cidado, limpo, pepino.
What is that?
I'm talking Portuguese, son.
Portuguese?
I've been entertaining the President of Brazil all week.
Hey, the President of Brazil?
Yeah, he was paying back a visit that President Truman made to Brazil in 1947.
Oh, he paid back that visit, huh?
It's the first thing any country has paid back since Harry's been president.
Well, I didn't know that you spoke, not changing the subject, Senator, I didn't know that you spoke Portuguese.
Aquí esto sapitiero cobertores un copo de cervejilla.
What is that?
Who put the mandolin pick in my kumquat?
Say.
Son, you say that to a Portuguese, and the next day you'll be up before the UN.
Well, do you greet all of the president's visitors, Senator?
Well, most of them, son. Last week I was on the town with Grandma Moses.
Yeah? Kicking it around with Grandma Moses, eh? Well, while she was in Washington, did Grandma Moses do any painting?
Yeah, Harry had Grandma Moses out painting the back of the new White House.
Oh, really? Really safe about that. Well, Senator, about our question now tonight. Do you think people should have hobbies?
Well, son, at a certain age, a hobby's like a cane. Man has got to have one.
Really?
I used to have a hobby.
Well, what was your hobby, Senator?
I was always inventing.
Inventing, eh?
I had one old model I was working on for 30 years.
And what became of that old model, Senator?
The last I heard, she was back working for Minsky.
Come on, Portland. Come away from that movie theater.
Oh, they're showing a double feature.
A double feature?
Uh-huh. It says Portrait of Jenny, also framed.
Also framed, yeah. I'll laugh at it a little later, Portland. I'm chewing gum right now. I wouldn't want to take it out just
Look
today.
who's crossing the street.
Who?
Titus Moody.
Oh, hi, Mr. Moody.
Howdy, Bob.
Well, Mr. Moody, out for a stroll?
I'm just getting back from choir practice.
Oh, I didn't know you sang in the choir.
When I was a baby, folks said I had the voice of a whippoorwill.
A whippoorwill?
I'd lay back in the cradle and trill.
Yes.
The next thing I'd know, the cat would have me out on the floor.
Thought you were a bird, eh?
When I was 12 years old, a traveling man heard me sing.
Yeah?
He said I ought to be sent away.
To study?
He didn't say where.
And now you say you sing with the choir.
Emergency alto.
Oh, emergency. Say, I'd like to hear your choir sometime.
If you ever see a funeral, follow it.
Why?
Chances are we'll be hooping it up at the grave.
Well, tell me, Titus, do you have a hobby?
You bet your boots I do. My hobby is whittling.
Whittling, eh?
When the cares of the world are too heavy to bear,
yes,
I take a stick of wood and a big jackknife. I go sit under a shady tree, and I start to whittle.
And your cares vanish?
Gradually. Now, I'll argue that whittling is man's best hobby.
Can you prove that?
I can.
How?
You sit down beside me.
Yes.
You watch me whittle long enough.
And if I watch you whittle long enough?
You'll see my point. So long, bud.
Come on, don't stop there, Portland. That's only a newspaper office.
There's a headline. Amnesia victim found.
Oh, somebody's always finding an amnesia victim.
Mama lost her memory once.
Well, didn't losing her memory bother her?
Mama didn't even miss it.
Oh, fine. Well, that helps a lot with amnesia if you don't miss it, your memory or your mind when it's gone. It's a big
Look
help.
who just turned the corner.
Mrs. Nussbaum, where are you going with that porthole and those water wings?
I'm sailing.
Sailing?
A friend has given me 2 tickets.
Tickets to where?
South Pacific.
South Pacific, that's a play. It's a show.
Am I a silly Becky? I am thinking it is an ocean.
An ocean? Well, I can see you don't know too much about the theater.
Last year, giving a theater party to sing Oklahoma.
Yes?
I'm ending up with 10 friends on a slow train coming into Tulsa.
Well, that's life. Everybody once sooner or later comes into Tulsa. Today, everybody has trouble.
Yes, even on Main Street there's a Cold War.
A Cold War here on Main Street?
2 frozen food stores are cutting prices.
Well, Mrs. Nussbaum, how do you feel about hobbies?
Personally, I'm having no hobby.
Oh, you have none. Do any of your friends have hobbies?
A cousin, Sugar Ginsburg.
Sugar Ginsburg?
Sugar, on account of her hobby, is always having to buy fur coats.
Fur coats?
Mm-hmm. A silver-plated fox.
Yes.
A stimulated raccoon.
Stimulated raccoon, yes.
An eager beaver.
Oh, that's very good.
A pony coat with built-in harness.
Well, she has quite a collection.
Always during the winter, Sugar Ginsburg is wearing 7 fur coats.
7 fur coats?
All winter. Also all summer.
Wait a minute. If Sugar Ginsburg wears 7 fur coats all winter and all summer, what is her hobby?
Perspiring.
Well, Portland, a walk down Main Street is like taking a shortcut through a Turkish bath. You get steamed up, but that's about all that happens.
You didn't find out much about hobbies, did you?
No, I didn't. I tell you what, I'll try one more character. This little man coming along wearing the turtleneck knickers. Hi. Hi, chum.
You know, get your hands off me. I can take you on to any dynamite.
How do you do? Ajax Cassidy. Ajax, your hand is all bandaged.
Don't remind me.
What happened?
The way they light some of them restaurants today, a man might as well eat in a coal mine.
Well, that's true. A lot of them don't have much light.
Some restaurants are darker than 2 feet down a bear's throat.
That's really dark. What happened to your hand?
Well, you see, I was eating in a dingy rendezvous called Brannigan's Barbecue.
You barbecue and you couldn't see?
I'm sitting at me table, feeling around for me spare ribs.
Yes.
It's so dark I ate the meat off 2 of me fingers.
Ajax, you must be careful in those places.
Yeah, well, there's a French lunch wagon on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
Le Ruban Black.
Le Ruban Black.
Oh, it's pitched dark in there.
Well, how can you see to eat?
Well, for an appetizer, I ordered a crepe Suzette.
Oh, a crepe Suzette.
The rest of the meal, I eat by the light of the crepe Suzette.
Well, Ajax, tell me, do you have a hobby?
Yes, me boy, I've had a hobby for 40 years. But I've never been able to get around to it.
Oh, really? Well, what is your hobby?
Well, I make them little boats you see inside of bottles.
Oh, well, if that's your hobby, why aren't you able to get around to it?
Well, I'll tell you. First, I have to have an empty bottle.
And?
By the time I empty the bottle, I'm in no condition to make the boat.
Well, come on, Portland. I'm stopping in at the music store.
Swell. I can hear the record of the week.
The record this week, I got this a hot tip from Jack Eigen. The record this week, it hasn't been released yet. Al Goodman and his orchestra and the 5 DeMarco sisters are doing I'm in Love with a Wonderful Guy.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a conventional dinner with a conventional star in my eye. And you will note there's a lump in my throat when I speak of that wonderful guy. I'm as tried and as gay as a daisy in May, a cliche coming true. I'm romantic and bright as a moon, happy night for a night on the dew. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as the flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love. 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 I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
Wait a second, Portland. Kenny Delmar's standing on the corner there. He's selling something,
Get your booklet here, folks. Here you are. It's all free. Get your booklet right over here.
Hey, Kenny, you remember me from the program. Oh. What are you giving away?
Oh, Fred, it's a little booklet I wrote for the Ford dealers.
Oh, a booklet?
Yeah, it's about the new Ford Overdrive.
What is the Overdrive?
Well, on the first page of my booklet, I explain what it is. Oh. The Overdrive is an automatic 4th speed.
An automatic 4th speed?
It's a 4th speed, and all you do is lift your foot off the gas a second after you get up above 27 miles an hour, and the car goes right into the overdrive.
What happens when the car goes into the overdrive?
The engine runs 30% slower.
Yeah.
And here's a picture to illustrate it, Fred. You see the car, it's going 50 miles an hour, but the engine is only going about 35.
That's 15 miles different.
Yes, Fred, you save up to 15% of your gas while you're in overdrive. And your engine lasts longer in overdrive because of the fewer revolutions per mile. The overdrive is optional at extra cost, but everybody will want it because it helps pay for itself.
You explain all of this, you say, in your booklet, Kenny?
Yes, Fred, and I also show it's more fun driving with the overdrive. Your engine runs quieter and smoother. It accents the new Ford feel.
Well, Kenny, I think I'll take one of those booklets.
You won't regret it, Fred.
You sure?
Yes.
So long, Kenny.
So long, Fred. Here you are. Get your booklet right over here.
Say, it sure is nice out tonight, Portland, isn't it?
There's a good humor man. I'll treat.
No, thanks. He's all out of pistachio, and besides, I have to get home. I have to finish writing my program for next Sunday night.
Your program isn't written?
No, I tried to write it last night, but I had to give it up.
What happened?
Well, it's rather a long story, but if you want to hear it, I'll go into it. I was in my apartment working on the program, trying to think of jokes, and I was sitting at the typewriter. Well, this joke finishes Titus Moody. I say, Titus, why are you so unhappy? He says, I dropped my teeth in the duck pond. How can dropping your teeth in the duck pond make you unhappy? That's how I got down in the mouth. Oh, brother, with jokes like that, will my hooper go up, brother? Oh, down at the doorbell, just as I'm going good to. I'm right in... Coming! Joe and Marge.
Hey, Freddie, we hate to bother you.
Yeah, only something's come up.
An emergency, Marge?
Yeah, you see, Marge and me has got a date to watch some television, and our sitter didn't show up.
Well, what do you want from me, folks?
Come out from behind your mother, Leopold.
You said not to come out till he said it was okay.
Quiet, Leopold. Say hello to Mr. Allen.
Hello, Mr. Allen.
Hello, Leopold.
You see, Freddie, Marge and me was wondering if you would watch Leopold till we get back from the television.
Well, doesn't Leopold like television?
He's nuts about it. Only this set is in a SALOON.
Howard Johnson, eh? I see.
Leopold ain't no trouble at all.
Nah, all the kid does is sleep.
Ma, I'm tired.
You see, I slipped some Ovaltine into his Pepsi-Cola at dinner. He still don't know what hit him.
Well, look, folks, I don't...
Oh, gee, thanks.
Freddie, you're a real pal. Now, you better get Leopold inside. He's dozing off already. Yeah. Come on, honey, we'll miss Howdy Doody. Good night, Freddie.
So long, Joe. Well, Leopold, my little man, it's time to go beddy-bye. I'll carry you over to the couch.
Get your dirty hands off of me.
Leopold.
What a crummy apartment.
What?
I once saw a room like this in a movie.
What movie?
Snake Pit.
Look, Leopold, I have got to finish my radio program for next Sunday. Now, your father said that you were tired.
Oh, him with that corny Ovaltine gag.
Gag?
Every time I catch him dumping the Ovaltine into my Pepsi-Cola, I switch glasses.
Look, Leopold, be a good boy and go to sleep.
I'd rather be a bad boy and stay awake.
Go to sleep.
Who's gonna make me?
I'm going to make you go to... Oh, the doorbell again. Thank heavens, it's probably your father and mother back. The saloon must have been raided. Yes?
Pardon me, is Fred Allen in?
Colonel Stoopnagle. Why, Colonel, I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, Fred. For the last 4 years, I've been going from door to door, working my way through college. Today, I was graduated.
And now that you're graduated?
I'm out of work. That's why I've come to you, Fred.
Why?
May I step in? There's a draft out here.
Oh, of course. Come in, Colonel.
Yeah, I have a hole in my coat.
Oh, well, come right in. Come right in.
Thank you, Fred. Congratulations, young man. You are going to make a fortune.
A fortune? How?
Just by investing a little money in my latest inventions.
Oh, you have some new inventions?
Yes. First, there's the Stoopnagle Hourglass, the greatest time saver ever invented.
Really?
My hourglass saves you 20 minutes every hour.
How?
It's filled with quicksand.
Look, Colonel, now
You might also be interested in my white tablecloth with a tea stain in the center.
A white tablecloth with a tea stain in the center?
Uh-huh. It's to use when you have English guests for dinner. You know how they love a spot of tea.
Colonel.
What about my new perforated sticks of bubble gum?
Perforated bubble gum?
Uh-huh. Kids can blow their heads off. All their bubbles will have slow leaks.
Well, now, look, Colonel.
I also have a thing that looks like an umbrella but isn't, for when it looks like rain but doesn't.
Well, now, look. Colonel, I can't talk about the inventions now. I have to finish writing my program for Sunday, and also I'm babysitting. I've got a kid in here. I'm trying to put him to sleep.
Fred, are you lucky I dropped in?
Lucky?
Putting kids to sleep is my specialty.
Really?
Where is this brat?
Right over here on the couch. Leopold.
Yeah?
This is Colonel Stoopnagle.
I don't care if he's General Eisenhower. I'm not going to sleep.
Leopold, do you know who I am?
You're that Stoopnagle on the radio. The guy that talks backwards.
That's right, Sonny. I'm the fellow who langs the English twistage.
Langs the English twistage?
Yeah, that's twist the English language. Would you care to have me tell you a story in Spoonerism? How about Wink Van Ripple? Or Alatheva and the 40 Babs? Or a special little gem called Paul Revide's Rear?
No, all those lorries are too strong.
Or I could... What was that again?
I said all those lorries are too strong.
What a funny way you have of talking. I know a story I'll bet you'd like. The Hare and the Tortoise. Once upon a long time ago, a big Ray Grabbit was faking a lot of mun of a tazy old lortus because he always lubed so smoley.
The rabbit made fun of the tortoise because he always moved so slowly.
That's the way of saying it, yes. So the tortoise said, "Now, may to win it, my fine feathered friend. I can fun so much raster than you that I'll inch you within a lead of your bite."
I bet the rabbit just rasped and rasped.
This kid is absolutely loose. So, in that case, rehied the player, inking his Y at a bandersty, let's sigh it and tree. Let's try it and see. So they finally decided to hire a fly socks to goot off the shun to write the states. And, of course, a big crowd gathered.
A big crowd gathered.
That's what I said. And there were chowed leers as the two constartants tested. But soon the hare was so hara-fed that he thought it was high time to rake a test.
He wanted to take a rest.
He did? Oh, yeah. So he day quietly loun on the croft ghoul sass and snarted into store. Almost said that right. But the old toll slortus kept odding and odding plan and finally geeched the roll.
The tortoise won the race?
But the cries of the knelling yowd woke the heaping slayer, and he suddenly slashed on, gossing the crow line several linnets mater.
Is that the end, Colonel?
Huh?
Is that the end, Colonel?
Yes, Leopold, and what does this story teach us?
That turtles can run faster than rabbits, and it's a dirty fib. And if you believe it, all I can say is you're a jig Bert.
Well, Hey, Jen, thanks. That's mighty nice. Hey, wait a minute. What's a jig Bert?
Good guy, Colonel.
So Fred Long.
Now, Leopold, get back on that couch and go to sleep.
I don't feel sleepy. Kill me.
I'll try one other thing first. I have some children's records here. They're supposed to put kids to sleep.
Put on a record. I defy you.
All right, here's a record. Here's a song, Down by the River, sung by Gwen Conger and the DeMarco sisters. Now, close your eyes, Leopold. I'll start the record. Listen.
Dark brown is the river, golden is the sand. It flows along forever with trees on either hand. Green leaves are floating, castles are foam, boats of mine are boating, where we'll all come home. On goes the river, and out past the mill, away down the valley, away down the hill, away down the river, 100 miles or more. Other little children shall bring my boats ashore, shall bring my boats ashore, shall bring my boats
Leopold,
Yes?
are you asleep?
Are you kidding?
Now, Leopold, if you don't get some sleep, you'll get bags under your eyes.
Look who's talking.
Leopold, please, it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? It's time for Hopalong Oglesby on the radio.
Hop along, Oglesby.
If I don't hear Hopalong Oglesby, I won't go to sleep.
Leopold, if I turn it on, will you go to sleep right after the program?
I'll take on the... Oh,
Okay, I'll turn on the radio. Now listen.
Good evening, kiddies. Are you all snug in your beds? Have Daddy and Mummy tucked you in for the night? Are you drifting off to dreamland? Well, get up. It's time for Hopalong Oglesby. And now for another chapter in the adventures of Hopalong Oglesby. Last night, kiddies, you remember we left Hopalong in a tight spot. He had cornered Dead-Eye Dick, Jesse James, and the Dalton boys in a deserted silo. And then Hopalong discovered he had no gun. Fortunately, nobody noticed. Hopalong had been pointing his finger and yelling bang, bang until Lulu Bell could get back with his gun. As the scene opens, Lulu Bell comes riding out of the gully.
Whoa, Ponder.
Lulu Bell!
Here's your gun, Hopalong. Are them varmints still in the silo?
I got 'em trapped, Lulu Bell.
Be careful, Hopalong. They're the roughest, toughest outlaws in the West.
It's me or them, Lulu Bell, and it ain't gonna be me.
Give 'em what for, Hopalong?
I'll give them varmints one last chance for a shoot. Dead-Eye Dick, Jesse James, and Dalton boys, are you coming out?
No!
Then I'm coming in. All right, stop it.
Just a minute. You with the piping on your vest. This sketch isn't finished yet.
I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. I'm Mr. Proudfoot of NBC. Your program is running over.
Well, look, Mr. Proudfoot, we only have a few more lines and a couple of gunshots.
If I hear one more gunshot, I'll cut you off the air.
I won't go to sleep till I hear Hopalong Oglesby.
Please, Mr. Proudfoot, Leopold here won't go to sleep.
NBC has spoken, Mr. Allen. I'm going to ring my chimes.
All right. He'll do it, too. Come on, Leopold.
Where?
We're going over to the Henry Morgan show.
Henry Morgan will put me to sleep. I want to hear Hopalong Oglesby.
You'll hear, Leopold. We'll finish our sketch on Henry Morgan's program. Come on, Leopold.
Let go of my neck.
Before Fred left, he asked me to remind you about this month's campaign of the National Safety Council. They say, to check accidents, double-check your car. Take your Ford back home to your friendly Ford dealer. He'll put it in tip-top shape for your summer driving. Ford dealers know Ford's best. See your Ford dealer tomorrow. Next week, our guest will be Miss Helen Traubel. If you want to hear how our Hopalong Oglesby sketch comes out, tune in the Henry Morgan program. Will Leopold go to sleep? Will Hopalong bite the dust? Tune in the Henry Morgan show now!
I guess they ran a little long, didn't have a finish, and they ended it that way. 76 years ago, May 22nd, 1949, Sunday, the Fred Allen Show here on Classic Radio Theater, wrapping up her trifecta of shows from that Sunday. Up next, we'll go to Pine Ridge, Arkansas. Check in on Lum and Abner.
Driving tonight? Then remember this. Most highway deaths are caused by two temptations: to cut out of line and to go too fast. Crossing the center line of the road is more dangerous than you realize. Statistics prove it. Excessive speed is just as dangerous as officials say. You can predict your own impulses, but you can never predict the other drivers when driving tonight. Drive cautiously, please.
We'll wrap up this Thursday edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox by checking in Pine Ridge and see what's going on with Lum and Abner as they're keeping an eye on that sneaky snake, Squire Skimp. This goes back 83 years, May 22nd, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. I wonder how many remember the old Eddard saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me, and it will to you, too, if you'll test out its wisdom in this way. Now, some evening, when you're enjoying a little relaxation with friends, you forget your better judgment and have too good a time. Try drinking a glass of sparkling Alka-Seltzer before you go to bed. Many of you listeners do that very thing and tell us what we already know, that Alka-Seltzer can actually help you avoid much of the distress of the morning after if it's taken the night before. Now, of course, you may want a glass of Alka-Seltzer the next morning, too, so have plenty of it on hand, because it really can make you feel better fast. Keep this in mind. For quick, effective relief in morning after misery, it's Alka-Seltzer you want. You can get it at any drugstore by the package and also by the glass at the soda fountain. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, President Edwards of the Edwards and Edwards Publishing Company has not yet found a manuscript suitable for publication. However, he is still diligently reading through the stories and collections of poems that have been submitted. Abner is more concerned with the problem of raising enough money to pay the bill from the wholesale house. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jolly Down store and library discussing the matter. Listen.
How much obliged, Miss Bates. Come in again soon as you can. Oh, look, Lum, Miss Bates paid up that big grocery bill they've owed us for so long.
Yeah, I heard you talking there. Well, Abner, maybe we ain't going to have to worry about money much longer.
Huh?
I think maybe I'll run into something great here.
What is it? Somebody sent in a good manuscript, one you can publish and sell for a lot of money?
Well, it does have something to do with the manuscript, but it ain't exactly from selling the book that I'm aiming on making the money, though.
Well, how else can you make money aside from selling it?
Here, let me read this letter, and then you'll see. It comes from a feller named O.W. Trafford, Jr.
Huh?
You recollect anybody by that name?
Trafford? No, I don't believe I do. I know a Milford Spears.
No, this is Trafford. Says his grandpa used to live in Pine Ridge.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I never knowed him. Grandpa Masters might recollect him. You want me to call him up and see?
No, it ain't that important. Just listen to this letter. It's addressed to the Eddards and Eddards Publishing Company and says, Dear Mr. Eddards, I have long had a story in my possession which I feel is worthy of publication.
That feller's name couldn't have been Hartford, could it, Lum? I used to know a Jess Hartford.
No, it's Trafford. Now, be quiet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because this is a true story based on actual incidents that took place in your hometown, Pine Ridge, I thought you might be interested in publishing it.
For the land sakes, taking place right here, huh?
Yes, sir, right here in Pine Ridge.
Well.
At the time of the story, my grandparents were living in a large house which they built and which was later sold to a family named Hurley.
Hurley? Why, sure, I know where the old Hurley place is. Or where it used to be, just a hole in the ground there now. It burned down a long time ago, Lum.
Yeah, that's the place, all right. But listen to this. Briefly, the story deals with my grandparents' hurried but heroic escape from this house during the early days of the Civil War, telling how they outwitted the soldiers and buried several $1,000s worth of jewels and silver pieces in an abandoned well in the backyard.
Well, I do know. Well, did they go back and get all that stuff after the war was over?
No, he says a long time after that his papa went back once, but the backyard had all been plowed up and he couldn't find no trace of the old well.
He couldn't?
No, sir. At least not according to the letter.
I doggies, Lum, then all them jewels and stuff must still be over there.
Why, sure. Didn't I tell you this was a great thing?
Oh, well, where's the shovel? Let's get started digging.
Well, wait a minute. We can't go digging around on somebody else's property.
Well, the Hurleys don't even live in town no more, Lum. They moved to Illinois, I believe it was, right after that house burned down.
Yeah, but before they left, they sold the property there.
Oh.
Don't you recollect? Ezra Seastrunk bought it a long time ago.
Ezra?
Yeah, he was aiming on rebuilding the place, but never got around to it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, Ezra won't care if we dig there. I'll ask him myself.
No, don't do that now. We'll have to tell him what we're digging for, and then he'd claim all of it because it's on his property.
Oh, yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
No, the thing to do is to buy it from him if we can.
Buy it? Well,
yeah.
Would that be right, Lum?
Well, we can give him half of it when we get it dug up or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Buy half interest from him, yeah.
It oughtn't to cost much.
No.
Run down like it is. And it's in a bad part of town now, too.
Oh, nobody lives over there.
Just give Ezra a ring and see how much he wants for it.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Let me see that letter there once, Lum. Doggy, this sounds too good to be true, you know.
Here, take it and read it.
Jules Bird, doggy. Let's see here. At the time of the story, my grandparents... Say, Lum, what does this feller print all the letter T's there up higher than the other letters there? Look here how this is wrote.
Huh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, look here.
More than likely there's something wrong with these typewriters all.
Yeah, about what it is. Every T is up higher than the rest of the letters.
Wait a minute. Hello? Who is this, Ezra? Well, this is Lum Eddards.
Oh, it's Jules.
Oh, Talbot. Say, listen, Ezra, what would you want for that old worthless piece of property you own?
I dig that place.
No, I mean the old Hurley place.
Like a mole.
Oh, you did, huh? I see. Well, that's all I want to know. Just curiosity more than anything else, I reckon. Yeah, all right, Ezra. Sorry I troubled you. Goodbye. Yeah, that ain't so good.
What's the matter? Won't he sell it?
He don't own it.
Huh?
About 6 or 7 years ago, he sold it to Squire Skimp.
To Squire?
Yeah, of all people. That means the price will be just about twice as much as I figured it ought to be.
Yeah, well, we don't care how much we have to pay for it, do we? Might be $1 million worth of jewels there for all we know, Lum.
Yeah, that's right.
Why, sure it is.
Of course, the lower the price, the more profits we make out of it.
All right, doggies, wait a minute, though. I just happened to think of something, Lum. We ain't got no money to buy nothing with. Can't even pay that bill from a wholesale house.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we can sign a note for it or something like that.
can.
Don't worry, I can figure that part of it out some way.
Dog it, I can't hardly wait to get a shovel in my hand and get over there. Oh, look out there, Lum. Look who's coming. This must be our lucky day.
Goodness sakes, well, I do know. Squire Skimp.
Is he still mad at us for selling that no-good apartment house plan for $50?
No, I don't think so. I've saw him several times since then. He don't never mention it.
He don't, huh?
But for goodness sakes, now, don't you mention what we want that property for.
Oh, no, I won't say a word about it.
This'll give us a chance to get even with that guy once and for all.
Yeah. Mind out there.
We never would get it from him if he knowed about them jewels and silver things buried.
Be quiet.
Well, howdy, Squire. Come on back.
Yes, gentlemen.
Mighty proud to see you, Squire.
Thank you, Lum.
You been out doing some business? I see you got your briefcase with you.
Oh, yes. I had a few little matters of business to attend to. Yes, Lum.
Squire, I understand you own that old rundown Hurley property.
Hurley property?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe I do. Well, now, wait a minute. Yes. I guess I do own that. Why, yes, I believe that's the place that I bought from Ezra Seastrunk about 6 or 7 years ago. Why, I'll never know, though.
What would you sell it for, Squire?
Oh, I don't know, Lum. $400 or $500, I guess.
$400 or $500?
Yes.
Granny's, it ain't worth that much.
Well, no, to be frank, Lum, it isn't, but I'd like to try to get that price. However, just between us, I could be easily talked down to about $250, I think.
You could, huh?
Yes, that property's in pretty bad condition, Lum.
All right, Squire, you just made yourself a deal, then.
A deal? With you, Lum?
Yes, sir. You'll sell it to us, won't you?
Why, yes, I'll be glad to sell it to you, Lum, but what in the world do you fellas want with a place like that?
Oh, we just wanted to...
We're going to put up a lemonade stand. A lemonade stand? Well, that isn't any location for a stand, Abner. Nobody ever goes near that place. That road is hardly ever used over there anymore. Yeah, well, we figured we wouldn't have no competition over there that-a-way. Well, I don't know, Abner. I don't believe I'd advise such a business venture as that.
Well, that ain't the only reason we want it, Squire. You see, I'm sort of figuring on building myself a place sometime, I think, when I get enough money saved up.
Oh, well, now, Lum, you can find yourself a better place to build than over there. Why, I can show you one of the best places in this whole town to build a house, Lum. I have one beautiful lot overlooking picturesque Pine Ridge, a tree-covered paradise that I'll sell you, Lum.
Wait a minute, Squire. No need of you wasting that sales talk on me, 'cause my mind's made up. I want to buy that other place or none at all.
Well, if that's what you want, well, all right, Lum, but I still think that you could do a lot better.
I'm satisfied.
Well, let's see. By the way, I have some deeds here to several pieces of property I own right here in this briefcase. Let me take a look here. That might be in here with these others.
Of course, there's one thing, Squire. We ain't got the cash right now.
Oh, tut. Don't worry about that, Lum. You can sign a note. Let's see, now, I've got some, here's these deeds here. Yes, look at here. By George, we're in luck, gentlemen. Here's a deed to that very piece of property right here.
If you just make out the note, Squire, we're all set.
Well, let's see. I did have some blank notes here, too. Yes, here's one. Now, my fountain pen.
There it is in your pocket.
Yes, thank you, Lum, thank you. Let's see. I promised to pay M.K. Skimp the sum of... how much did we agree on, Lum? What'd I say I'd take?
$250, you said.
Oh, yes, that's what I said. Forgot myself. You see, now, 6% of that, 6 times all told, 6 times 5, 30, 6 times 2 is 12. $123 in it. $373 altogether. Now, right here, sign right here now, Lum. Right there, put your name there.
L. Edder.
Yes.
Here, Abner, sign right under my name.
Yeah. Abner Peabody.
Yeah. There you are, Squire.
Well, here's a deed to your property, Lum. I still think you're making a mistake, but maybe you know what you're doing. Well, I've got to get back to the place. A lot of business these days. I'll see you gentlemen soon, I trust. A good day, man.
Yeah, good day, Squire.
Dog, I almost laughed right in his face. You hear him? Said maybe we knowed what we was doing.
Is he going to kick himself when he finds out what we actually are going to do with it?
Yeah.
Let me see that deed, Abner.
Yeah, wait a minute. Look here, Lum.
Huh?
Did Squire do the typing on the deed here?
I don't know. I reckon he did. What?
Well, look here. All the T's, them letter T's, they're up higher than the rest of the letters, just like in that letter from Mr. Trafford there. Look here.
Huh? Why, that snake in the
You know, folks, in these busier times, nerves, energy, and digestion play an important part in getting that job done. And listen, everyone, an adequate amount of B vitamins plays an important part where nerves, energy, and digestion are concerned. Now, the vitamins of the B complex are of such nature that the body cannot store them for any length of time, and that's why you should start getting your B vitamins the easy, pleasant, economical one-a-day way. One-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets have been developed by the makers of Alka-Seltzer, and they're a new and improved way to get the daily amounts of the B complex vitamins whose daily requirements have been established. For the amazing thing about them is, you take only one tablet once a day, and the job's done. Take just one tablet of one-a-day vitamin B complex, and then you can forget about it. No fooling around with 3 or 4 tablets or capsules or spoonfuls, just one tablet, and that's all. Think of the convenience. Think of the economy of taking only one tablet a day. And then be sure to ask your druggist for one-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets right away. Now, another great one-a-day product is one-a-day brand vitamin A and D tablets. So don't forget to ask for these vitamin A and D tablets, too. Now, that name, remember, is one-a-day. And say, just to be sure, look for that big one. You'll find it on the package.
If it has anything to do with Squire Skimp, run, don't walk. From 83 years ago, May 22nd, 1942, Love and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Come visit our webpage over at classicradio.stream to support the podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.